The highly anticipated addition to the Mummy series outfits is here. Paired with the new 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗗𝗏, the Polar Spectral Phage set is just what you need to freeze your enemies. Or send them ablaze with the Inferno Fiend set's new upgradable Chain Inferno Uzi. All the Mummy outfits are back. Get them all! Join now and collect the whole series to turn all eyes on the battleground. Event period, July 10th, 2025 through September 2nd, 2025.
eSports was just fighting into one compound that every fight is just keep getting third party and another third party is going to come into the fight. So today, are we going to see this aggressiveness from this lobby as we saw from lobby A yesterday?
So, of course, if you guys missed the action of yesterday, you can watch it again on our socials link. So, socials.esportsfaction.com to get all our social links and, of course, all our live video to watch again the matches of yesterday. Because like 𝗦𝗘𝗘𝗚𝗏 was saying from the start, from early 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, we saw a lot of fight, a lot of third party, a lot of team trying to ramp up on this elimination point. Because we already saw that even for a top 4, because as a reminder, like 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 told you, 4 map we got is a best of 4, so only 4 games they have this team to qualify. So 60 team needs to be on the top 4 to qualify for the next stage, which is the final stage, of course. So basically the chicken dinner, those chicken dinner, they can matter. Yes, it's 10 points for chicken dinner, but those elimination points matters the most. We saw a team like DK and even team like 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, like working towards those elimination points, like going through, like checking all the borders. Even when the zone was still on the first zone, we were lurking around, checking all the borders for those elimination points, and it was definitely working for them. So today I hope we see this kind of team do the same thing, and I'm quite happy to see a lot of African teams as well. Of course, our lobby, this 𝗦𝗚𝗏 Africa, is always full with Mauritian team, but we like to see some different team. I can see 7 Night MG from Madagascar playing tonight, and we have also a team from Ghana, which is 77 Africa, and a team from Somalia, which is Dart Squad Somalia, and of course a team that I believe everyone will keep a close eye, teams that are performing very well, a country specifically that is performing very well is South Africa, and tonight we have 𝗦𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 representing South Africa. So I can't wait to see, especially one of the players which during the group stage, which was of course off stream, we saw one of the players, especially from 𝗦𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which played very well, which is Casino. So hopefully we see him in action live on this tournament.
I hope indeed we're going to see team 𝗦𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 into the action, because in PMEC also they are performing quite well into the lobby. So we're going to see them in action today playing for 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Africa. And there's also 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, that is one of the top team from Mauritius, is also going to competing into this lobby. The first match of 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has already begun. There's 2 teams I can see that's dropping to boot camp. Is there going to be any early fights that's going to happen? Because as yesterday I mentioned, there's not many teams that has the analysis of where teams are dropping, and even on rotation it might be not helpful for the team. But on bootcamp we see only 1 team dropping there, and we see most of the team are going, 2 teams going to Hatting. Might be a early fight that's going to start, Mega.
Yep. So dropping in hard for the first game of 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 4 game that we have tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So these, as a reminder, these teams are fighting for a place for the grand finals of the PUBG 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Africa. So top 4 is the aim for tonight for those teams. So we are also fighting for a prize, for the final prize pool of $500, where the first place is going with 250, the second one is going for 150, the third one for 50, and the MVP of course for $50. But of course the aim is for the final is the first place, which is a direct invitational slot to the PMEC Africa Cup final, which is the most awaited tournament here in Africa.
It is the team of fighting to be able to get the final slot for the PMEC, because that is what they are hoping to get. It's a pretty impressive slot to be able to get directly into the final. No group stage, no qualification round, directly in the final of PMEC. So many teams are just going to focus onto the first place in 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Africa. As on the screen we can see, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is doing their loot. They're trying not to be able to get into a fight, but there are some team close by that they might get into some fight in early zone.
They look very split as well. So Angry 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏 already playing some aggressive gameplay. We can see like they are playing as a trio, and one of the team is acting like the scout and scouting around for this early team, early fight. We saw on the map close to Painan, we saw 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗏 dropping into Painan, but there's a team which was lurking around to their south, which is 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 eSports. So most probably the fight's gonna be starting very early soon on Painan. But on the rest of Sanhok, it's quite different. But the first blood, as I was mentioned, 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 fighting against 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 eSport, and it's already a back to lobby for that team all the way to Painan. So I believe 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 eSport tried to a late rotation on Painan, like hoping that 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 was still looting, but it's already an early elimination for them.
Yes, I'm pretty sad that we cannot see this in action on the screen, but 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 eSports got into the rotation to 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 as when we were seeing the map open. 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 was the only team that dropped into Painan, and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 eSport might be next to them that they were looting, and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 just catch an eye. That's okay, that's a team next to us. We must keep an eye onto the surrounding and try to get the kills. And I think that what just happened. 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 was just playing with a trio, and Free just got sent back to the lobby. And now on the screen we can see 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is gonna. He saw a player from DS
approaching his teammate, so the communication is here. Like I believe he's signaling his teammate that there's a player around coming in soon. But we can see that's a lot of teams, Kaido, playing as a trio in this lobby.
Yes.
We saw 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 only confirming only 3 elimination points on 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 eSports, so they were only a trio, and there's quite a few teams as well.
Yes, Dog Squad from Somalia is playing trio, and it was the same squad that it was in front of 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, are also playing trio. Might be a player that I hope that they can get a full squad the next match, because it will be needed in this lobby to be able to get qualified for the top 4.
We also see a missing team, because only 14 team has been able to join this lobby instead of 16. So I believe there are quite a few, like 2 teams at least, which unfortunately
you're right.
did not join.
There's only 14 teams in this lobby. One got killed by 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 eSports 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and there's 2 teams actually missing into this lobby.
I think the Somalia team, Dog Squad Somalia.
Dog Squad is DS.
Oh yes, yeah, I can see. Okay, so we will catch up on this team, which is unfortunately not present for this first game, because as a reminder, there's only 4 games playing tonight for this team, so every game, every point counts. These placement points, we saw a team which qualified very well yesterday playing only through placement points. We saw 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 playing very safe, and even like the consistency was here. They were avoiding a lot of fights, but the consistency, the points were here.
The survival point exactly was here, but is it gonna be only needed the survival point into the final? Because Vibe is a very good team that they were playing, and now we can see Dog Squad actually got encounter with 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and one player from 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 got killed by Dog Squad, and they are still pretty split, Dog Squad, that they're trying to get more information on where is the full team of 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 even playing with a trio. They're still a bit aggressive on this lobby and trying to get the elimination for on the point, because the zone it's a bit into the middle of Quarry. It's a zone it's a very nice zone because it's more easily rotation is going to be better, and comparing to Alpha, if you need to cross the bridge to go there. And we can see another fight still happening. 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 when doing the rotation actually got noticed by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 from hell got 1 knock. There's only 1 player left for 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I don't know if they have the information that he is behind the rocks. Yes, they do have the information. Just throwing 1 nade, is it going to connect? Half HP was done, and most of the player from Race from Hell need to push this 1 solo, and I think that Dog Squad also was into this area, so they will have the information that 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 have will be sent back to the lobby. But I don't see Race from Hell trying to push Shan because they don't know if Insane Body is not playing with a full squad.
Oh, that's like you said, there was a team lurking around into the surrounding, and Race from Hell got a surprising knock. That's why they were hesitating to push that only one player from Insane Buddies, and this is now playing against Race from Hell, which has already lost one of the players.
It was the unknown gamers that surprised Race from Hell from Takmok from the warehouse. It was nice to see those players actually getting some of the, because they are a Mauritian team that are fighting, so they have the information of Insane Bodies, Race from Hell, and even the unknown gamers, because they have the experience when playing with each other.
Shan has nothing, no bandages, no first aid. Like
Another knock from the unknown gamers. I can't see them on the screen. I don't know where they're actually.
I think they are further into the northern side because they are still confirming a lot of kills. And now Race from Hell already lost 2 players, only 1 player remaining for them. Now we can see them on the northern side of KO, and Shan is taking everything in his hand, trying to push forward into KO, maybe to loot some stuff because he is still half HP with no bullets as well on his shotgun. I don't really have a lot of bullets, so you need to look for these healing, for these points to try to survive. Like the placement points, still something to be considered. We saw yesterday a lot of team doing that. We saw Tampa until the end, bringing one of the players to the top 3, to the top 2 to get those placement points. So the fight is not over for this team, and on the northern side we can see there's still some players from Race from Hell still into KO, and the unknown gamers as well, but they need to advance forward into the south, because one of the situations that we don't usually see is this Sanhok map closing into the southern east side. So yeah, I believe all these teams need to converge into this southern part of Sanhok to continue to fight. Even if it's the early phase, the stage 2, the damage of the blue zone is not that, it's not a lot, but we need to start rotating, and we can see that Sanhok, there's not quite a lot of vehicles to take advantage of, so there's a lot of work of walking for this team. We can see Veljo, the only survivor from Race from Hell right now, need to walk towards, and he is actually walking towards the unknown gamer. Supreme already gave the information, and it's back to a lobby from Race from Hell. Only 12 team remaining.
And they got the unknown gamers. They receive 4 kills, but I don't know if they have the information that Insane Body Shan is still lurking into Hating.
It looks like he's still looking around, like looking for ammo, looking for healing. We can see right now he's he got some healing, so he's trying to even look for more, maybe to do something out of it. Even if he can surprise the unknown gamer with a knock, or even a team wipe, that will be very beneficial for this team.
Yes, I think they're gonna spot Shan, because they are the unknown gamers.
Can hear him,
I think,
for sure.
Yep.
Running around in this,
because they're coming into different direction on Hatting to be able to spot him. Yes, they definitely hear him, and Supreme is trying to get different angle to be able to get this kill without actually having a CQC fight, because Shan, he might have the gunpowder to, if they push one by one, it's going to be a disaster for the team of unknown gamers.
Does they have enough healing to keep on staying outside in this blue zone?
I don't think so, because Supreme, as we can see, there's only 1 healing, 1 first aid, and 5 bandages. That's not going to be enough, because this zone is about to close in 1 minute, and after killing, they need to make a decision. Should we go to the zone, or we just kill the solo and we move to the zone? So the decision needs to happen now.
But the position of Supreme is very good. Like he will be expecting that one player, Shan, from Insane Buddies, like jumping either from the window or using the staircase to go to advance forward, like trying to leave KO. But I do believe that the unknown gamers won't let that happen. Any points, any elimination points will be counting towards.
That's interesting. The team Doc Squad Somalia, they were looting in close to Insane Bodies, and they already rotated to boot camp, and one guy is in the warehouse they are fighting a different squad into the warehouse. That they are playing with trio, and still they are looking for the number of kills, because Generation X, a team from Mauritius, they landed in bootcamp, but they're still holding bootcamp, as the dog squad also got the rotation to be in bootcamp, because I don't think the zone is going to close in bootcamp. So when the zone is going to be shifted to other side, there's going to be two mountains that's going to be dangerous for this team to cross from bootcamp to be able to go.
It's quite funny to see this hide and seek game going forward against the Unknown Gamers and Insane Body era 4 trying to look for Shan, and they both want to commit into this fight, but it's like a Tom and Jerry game playing in this cow. But back to a bootcamp. The fight has started. Generation X, the first one. They are trading kills right now, so it's a 3v2 situation. We got one knock in DS, so Generation X, maybe it's time for them to push forward with speed, trying to do a window peek, maybe, but surprising knock by 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏, knocking speed and wanting more and more. So we need to push forward. Generation X as a duo, we need to advance forward, because this situation turned into a 2v2, but the revive is done. So the team DS from Somalia pushing forward, eliminating the team of Generation X. So Generation X back to a lobby, and Dog Squad Somalia winning this fight and not losing any teammate, but quick revive gave them confidence to push as a trio and sent the team, which was the Generation X, which was in bootcamp for quite a while, there wasn't full team as well, and sent them back to a lobby. Yes. What a nice play from the Somalia team, confirming 5 elimination points. So there was still 1 point that they got earlier, so they are first into this leaderboard for this first game.
Yes, and the Generation X, they were 4 players, and Dog Squad, they are with trio and still playing aggressive, pushing into bootcamp. Because for a team playing with trio, I don't think any team would actually make a decision to actually push on bootcamp, because other teams that knows that a team that goes to bootcamp, he must be good. He must have a decent gunpowder to be able to go to bootcamp and actually have this place for looting. And Dog Squad, that's nice, and they have a vehicle to start the rotating. And 7 Knights, they since a long time they keep an eyes on 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, so it's been a very long game for them, and this Dog Squad is passing by from both team and
rotating, going straight forward. They don't want to fight, they only want to go into the zone, because there's only 30 seconds before the zone closes. But we just saw earlier the minimap showing a little bit where the zone is, but there is like some information that we might have missed. Insane Buddies and the team, the Unknown Gamers, they didn't took the fight from 𝗏𝗏, and both of them has been able to leave the zone and advance into display zone. And the fight continues. On the screen we can see Angry X Smoke looking for the fights, looking for the fun that we saw during the group stage, but we can see that this Sanhok game is very, very different from the Group A. It looks quite passive for a first game, quite similar from the games we usually see here in Mauritius, where teams don't really fight into the first 3 zone. But we are on the 4th zone. This team will start to fight each other. We already see 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 saw the Somalia team, the DS team coming forward, but Team Thunders now, Anais confirming 1 elimination points on a team. I believe is a few teams lurking around. Is the one just in front of them, 7KT. Okay. So let's see.
Yes, it was another team. The zone is closing, is getting way smaller, and the Dog Squad, they're trying from one vehicle to be able to get to the zone, and it's been a bit difficult for them to be able to get in the zone, because they are using 1 car and 3 people are in the vehicle trying to get to the zone. I think they are already in the zone from the warehouse on Quarry, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 now needs to make the rotation to be able to get to the zone. They have 1 vehicle to get there, and they must follow on the back, because I see 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 trying to get from the back of Rock Esports. And Dog Squad also is who got the knock is SPE. Which team is SPE Brazil has actually got a knock onto Rog Nova, and they're fighting close to close. So Nova is throwing a nade. Is the nade gonna get connected? Basil, and it's next to him. Sorry, there was a technical error that just happened. I apologize. And we saw that Brazil was getting a knock. So Brazil, I think, got sent back to the lobby and is angry. Is also into the surrounding of Rog. Rog's gonna have some difficulty to be able to get to the zone because there's you also coming from behind, and I don't know if Rog have the information to also secure the back, because MOU, they don't have any vehicles to be able to rotate. They're doing about walking. So Ibishan, the last surviving of Insane Bodies, got sent back to lobby. And 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏, they already have 2 kills. We have not heard them since the start of the match, but they are doing one of a good split. They have eyes on the left and right of Rocco. He's keeping an eyes on Angry. And they have also the eyes on the Dog Squad. So I must say that 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏, he is into some decent position right now.
I agree with you. Like, I'm quite surprising to see 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 like focusing into this lobby. We saw at least 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 into the group stage, getting the 2nd position, and they seem very confident into this fight. Their position is okay. They are a full team, and they can do a lot of. It's the only team right now into the safe zone, because the zone is keeping on to close onto the southern part of Quarry, and we see a lot of team on the western side. So we saw also Angry Smoke losing 1 player. Their positioning is not quite favorable for them. They have quite a distance. They're also southern part. On their right, there's a lot of players, but Dog Squad, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's team putting a lot of pressure. They have 7 elimination points, and they are not done yet. They need the points, but there's a lot of team around. They need to be cautious not to be engaging a lot of teams, because of they might get a lot of backstab. But in front of them is 1 player from Rocky Sport, is Nova, which is sent back to lobby, unfortunately. So Rocky Sport back to a lobby. 7 team remaining. A lot of team which is still outside of the zone trying to get inside. We see SPE, we see even the Somalia team trying to get a place into the zone, and the zone is still closing in on 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will definitely look into a better position right now. So we need to seize this occasion. Like, for them, the only team which is into the safe zone, they can get a lot of elimination points. Their positioning, like you say, and Trix is doing the job along with Rocco as well. They are getting a lot of knock, and they are not done yet. They are even confirming it. Like, they are not losing these points. So we definitely can see possibility. There's a high chance for 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to snatch his first chicken in his first game.
I must say yes, because 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 are controlling half of the zone that is right now.
The only team with a full squad.
Only team with full squad, and I think it's the only team that's right in the zone for now. And 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, they are dominating about this zone because they have the advantage of a small ridge, and they have the cover to be able to not get shooting from different direction. And 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 also, they know the location of the teams, and this zone, and Horus is outside of the zone, and the zone damage is pretty bad. He must get inside the zone, but it's going to be a different task for him, as 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, they knows the position of the team. Reflux is cooking a nade to be able to throw on the team of
10 elimination points already. We need to look for this point if they want the snatch versus skill, but because there is still a lot of team looking forward. We see DS trying to get a hold on the IM team. We see a lot of nades throwing from the 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 team. Still 4 squad left. A lot of solo player from the remaining team. 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has this game into their hands. 11 elimination points for them. It's a game. It's a well-played game for 𝗦𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, so it's definitely a secure chicken dinner. Only 1 player left, but Pubg, he want to take more before leaving this game. He knocked 1 player, but it's a winner chicken dinner. The first game won by 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 eSports by definitely a perfect game for them. Well executed, well played. Their positioning was on point. They were into the safe zone from the start. They got a lot of elimination points, seeing a lot of team trying to rotate left and right. They anticipate a lot of team. I believe they have snatched quite a lot of elimination points, maybe 12 elimination points for them, which is very good for a nice start of a 𝗏𝗏𝗏. We did not see a lot of team, but we had high expectation. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with only 2 points. We saw quite some nice game from the Somalia team, which is the top squad, the Somalia team.
Yes.
But it was not enough. We still had to get into this zone, and we know 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the zone gonna close really fast. It's a small map, the smallest map of all of this map, but we're gonna see tonight. But they played very well, and I'm quite surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't thought that 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was at their top performance for this game, but they've been showing it all the way from the group stage, because in the group stage they were second, just after 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. They were second with 49 points compared to 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with 51, and now into this semi-final of this group B. Of this group B, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 can be securing a chicken dinner for them.
Yes, they already got the chicken dinner, and also Dog Squad, as you mentioned, Mega, they've been playing the aggressive team since the match started, because they were fighting from Hatting to be able to get to bootcamp. Then bootcamp got into the lost zone, and even for a trio, they managed to get second with some amount of elimination. So it's gonna be a decent point for them onto the leaderboard. I just hope that for the next match, that's gonna be 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, they're gonna be with a full squad, because 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, they already have the advantage of a 4-man standing for the lost zone, because in 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, when you have the 4-man standing, it's a very, very big advantage for you. And the Dog Squad, they put some impressive play for us on casting, because we never have the experience to be able to know this team, and now we do.
Exactly. So if you are joining us right now, it is the PUBG Mobile Aim Africa, the Group B, the sixth day of this tournament. We are right now into the semi-final, fighting for a place for the finals, and we already see a team rising up, the 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. What a great game we have seen so far by this team, by these players. And as we can see, let me check which player really did very well. We saw Dark Soul from Somalia, like you mentioned, all the way like entering bootcamp and wiping the full squad of Generation X. It was like a 3v4 situation, and I believe Dark Soul, especially Pubg, the only remaining player that we saw, he didn't wanted to go back into the lobby. He wanted to take more out of 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and he did got 1 knock, but unfortunately could not confirm it. But still, we can see that this team as well are putting their effort, of course, into this Group B, and quite surprising to see teams like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 not triggering their angry mode right now. They are still passive.
Maybe as yesterday we were talking about 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is gonna get maybe replaced by Rondo. So maybe 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, he's not is not their map. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is not their map, and we're gonna see too much 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Miramar too. So we might see another type of performance coming from Team 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And also there was other teams that we must see perform, because we saw Dog Squad performing, and there was some team that was fighting early fight on Hatting and even on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. There was the unknown gamers, there were insane bodies and Rays from Hell who had some elimination point, but unfortunately when the unknown gamers actually third party this fight to be able to get the 4 elimination kill.
The winner chicken dinner players on the screen, same squad we've seen, like 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is, we can say
I think Rocco is a new player.
Yes. Yeah, this team just formed like in start of the year. most probably at the end of last year. They played, they were a wildcard during the eSports major.
Yes,
and
I do remember.
It ranked very well. We got the third place into this tournament, which is very good as a wildcard team, along with Trix and Slime, which is one of the core 2 player of this lineup, and they've been playing very, very well. But there's Rocco with 4 elimination points that been doing the pressure, but 502 damage is from Trix, which is a very old player coming from
very old
a lot
player.
of great team. He played for Event Team Focus back in the days, and now playing for 𝗦𝗧𝗦𝗏 eSports. So I'm quite happy to see 𝗦𝗧𝗦𝗏 still showing that if, like, I personally gave them this wildcard title, but they doesn't seem to be a wildcard team right now. They look very professional and performing very well.
And their performance too can tell that they are professional coming to this lobby. And actually, DS Dog Squad 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏, the MVP of this of 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, 7 elimination kill and 805 damage, 5 knockouts. So we saw them till the beginning of the match 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, that putting the effort on fighting, getting the elimination. Even they were playing with 3 players, they did not care. They was trying to get the elimination, because you mentioned, Mega, it's not about just the survival point. It's also the elimination point that's gonna push us into the top 4. And it was just the first match. So head-to-head is Dog Squad 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Rocco. Difference on 3 kills, and 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 had 400 damage plus, and 5 knockouts, and Rocco had only 1 knockout, and I think he stole 3 kills to be able to get the 4 elimination. Quite sneaky, but well played from Rocco. And we're gonna see more plays from them, I hope, and top 4 players, two from the same team, Mega.
It's very split. We can say only these 2 teams perform very well into this first game. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Somalia and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 from Mauritius really perform very well. So the statistics are quite shared between each other. So the top 4 player, 2 from 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 and 2 from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And yeah, Pubg, like you were mentioning, the only sole survivor, tried their best. Like when they entered bootcamp, they were in trio, and they even became as in duo. They have 1 knock against a trio team of Generation X, but they managed to get the revive, to push forward and to continue to make all their way. We saw them even rotating, not stopping between fights, not engaging early fights. They knew as a trio or even as a duo, we need to advance into this low zone, trying to get a best place into the zone. But 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 played that card already. They already settled themselves into this zone. Positioning was perfect. They saw everyone. They've been shooting here and there, getting a lot of elimination points from different teams, and that worked for them. And the match stats on the screen, quite a lot of long distance skill, 355 for a 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 map. We've been seeing 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏
We've
map.
been seeing the longest skill. I don't know if today we're gonna see the same thing as the longest skill for 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, because 355 meters on 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Okay, that's pretty impressive coming out from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And 37 throwables that count nade, molotov, and smoke. I don't think it's gonna be that enough, but we're gonna obviously see this increase in numbers on the map of Erangel and Miramar, because on 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, when you're not many teams actually do a looting for like Painan bootcamp, they do love to loot small compound, and on looting small compound you don't get so much utilities to be able to use. So I think that is why maybe we have not yet seen so much throwables here today on the map, because yesterday there was more throwables that was being used on the group.
Yesterday was a a very aggressive group A, along with TK.
Yep.
And Semper, and I think this group we already see 2 teams like we mentioned earlier, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 being the one which is putting a lot of pressure. But it's still the first game of 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and we still have 3 games remaining, 2 games of Erangel and 1 game of Miramar. The top 4 team that we saw trying to manage to get into this low zone. We saw also MOU Hypers, so Horus in example was the last player remaining. no elimination points, unfortunately for them. Not enough damage as well, but the placement point is here. I believe they managed to secure the 4th position, if I'm not mistaken, and 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗡𝗏 managed to get the 3rd position to this game. There was also a solo player in this team, but the 2 team, look at the kills, Skydo, look at the damage. They were the one cleaning up this lobby.
Yes.
12 elimination points for 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 and 11 for 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 Somalia. So with quite a lot of damage, we can say, and a lot of throwable being, they were the one putting the job into this first game.
Yes, they were the one that being the most aggressive team in the lobby, 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 and 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏. And even 𝗦𝗧𝗏, as we mentioned many times before that, they've been playing with a trio. We just hope that if you guys were playing like this from trio, we just expect to see you play with a full squad. And how are you going to play? Because this synergy, even when you're playing with a trio, was very good and very nice to see a team that we did not know, 𝗦𝗧𝗏 from Somalia, to perform on this lobby for AIM Africa.
And match ranking on the screen, we can see like that chicken dinner, that difference between the first place and the second place, that 4 points difference working forwards, giving the advantage for 𝗦𝗧𝗏 with 22 points compared to 𝗦𝗧𝗏 Somalia with only 17 points. And the rest of the lobby, like we've been saying, only these 2 teams been playing very aggressively, but because the rest of the teams only 6 points for 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗏 Outer Space eSports, which was not into the last few zone, but they managed also to get 6 elimination points as well. 2 team which has 0 points is Unfolded eSports and Generation X. We saw Generation X into the
yes, they were the first team got sent back to the lobby
into that boot camp. We were very unlucky to get to welcome 𝗦𝗧𝗏 Somalia into this fight. So like we were mentioning, still the first game, we saw a different Sandhawk game for sure. It was quite different from the start, but the end, it was more like a strategic play, especially from 𝗦𝗧𝗏 playing the positioning, playing the placement points. I believe it's a team growing up in experience, like they know how to tackle this lobby. They did a lot of homework. They probably watched a lot of eSportsfaction earlier stream, but we are going straight away for the Erangel map, the second map of tonight, and a plane starting from Novo, going all the way to the western part of the map. So we might not see team committing into the northern part of this Erangel map. Maybe we're gonna see team going max to Yasnaya, maybe. And I know there's a lot of team into this lobby, but like to go to Rozhok, we definitely gonna see a lot of team around Gatka as well. But which team gonna be contesting location like Pochinki, or even we saw a lot of fight around Mention or Milta yesterday.
Yes.
So I believe this lobby is a completely different lobby from the Group A. So I'm very interested to see where it's going to be those drop location. Only one team, only MOU Hypers on the military island right now. So they got the whole island for them if they can seize the occasion. They tried to do their best into the last game. We got only 4 placement points with 0 elimination points. So they need to make the best out of it. And the zone is being closing on the northern west part of the map, and there's a lot of concentration team going towards 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 and school. There's no player. We see Tenders eSports still gliding towards school, and we see only one team, the IB team, which is
Insane Buddies. They are the only team in Pochinki, and there was no team actually drop in Primos. I was thinking there might be a team that's gonna drop in Primos, but we see a lot of team into the 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. There's a lot, like there's I think 4 squad, and there's a fight just got started. Saturn that got the first elimination kill for his team. The Unknown Gamers. Okay, they they were putting the early fight in Sanhok and starting again for them for the match of 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏.
We saw them on the Sanhok map already putting the pressure and back here into hospital. They already got 1 elimination points. There's a lot of team Skydo into the zone, the northern part of 𝗦𝗏𝗏. There's a lot of team even on the mountain of 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏. There's a lot of team, and all around 𝗦𝗧𝗏 containers and 𝗦𝗧𝗏 City, there are a lot of teams. So all these fights, I can basically tell you there's around 9 to 10 team around, like on the western part of this first game of Erangel. Like we didn't expect that much team. There's a lot of zone which is not contested. No team on the Pubg, no team on Prison, Mansion, Yastaya, no one. Even 𝗦𝗘𝗠𝗜. 𝗦𝗘𝗠𝗜 Power, there's only one team, but 𝗦𝗘𝗠, there's no team, only one team in farm. So yeah, basically we are gonna see a lot of fights around this location, especially teams that are gonna do early rotation. We know 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏, they like to roam around 𝗦𝗏𝗏, and they rotate very early. If this team can seize this occasion, can play this kind of game to rotate early, to go onto this team, because if they all be like we know PUBGs like this, if they all be dropping into the same location, the looting will be very low for a lot of them. We can see a lot of team that are already engaging fights without any equipment, no helmet, no vest. So this can be an advantage and a disadvantage for them.
It's they should also try to get vehicles to rotate, because you mentioned there's 9 teams into this area. So if a team's gonna take a fight, I definitely think there's gonna be a third party, and this third party we might see some action as we saw on Sanhok yesterday. Third party is getting third party and is keep getting third party again. 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 deciding to move from this location, because I think he knows that there's pretty much of different teams into this area. And do they know that there's a player from the Unknown Gamers next to them, and his 3 players are fighting 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏?
Yeah, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏, they want a third party, but I want to see a revenge situation, because the Unknown Gamers, they were the one who contested Rise Sport.
Oh yeah.
So Race from Hell. So I want to see Race from Hell fighting this game, but it's 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 which is seizing the occasion to get a few knock on the Unknown Gamers. They already got 1 knock, and but they can't, like you mentioned, we need those vehicles to be able to push. There's a lot of open fields for this team to try to push forward. Race from Hell not committing right now on this one player from the Unknown Gamers era 404. So we see Thunders going forward. He want to confirm this kill, but he's taking a risk on this little hill, little high ground. They can...
𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 also can come into this action. There's a ridge, and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 mascot, he's gonna hear the bullet. And there's another knock from 𝗦𝗏𝗏. eSports, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 got a knock on 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗦𝗏𝗏 is the only players holding for the Unknown Gamers, and the last player is still in 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, where 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 from Hell was looting, and 𝗦𝗧𝗏 from Hell also could third party this fight.
𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 has surrounded this Unknown Gamers team,
surrounded
playing it safe, but the names can be dangerous, as is Supreme, only knowing that there's one player into this warehouse, but the nade did not connect. So a little fall back from that one player from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I want to see them taking the fight, but Supreme going outside maybe can get spotted from one of the players from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. They only have 1 knock, so only 2 player from the Unknown Gamers team. How this gonna go? But we can see Race from here right now. They want to enter this fight, want a third party. We wanted to see that because they were around this location as well, so they've been hearing the gunfights.
Nova onto the squad house holding. They do know that there's a one guy is holding into this compound, and is 𝗦𝗏𝗏 eSports are gonna push together to be able. They actually got a knock on Supreme, so 𝗦𝗏𝗏 eSports will be able to focus on the team on 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏, and they are getting back to his teammate, because there was one guy from 𝗦𝗏𝗏 eSports holding this squad house. Is he gonna get knocked out? They need to get back together, because Nova is holding. Oh, wow, he's just onto the
edge, like this very edge, but he gets spotted by 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So it's a it's a different situation right now for 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘, which had an upper hand earlier. We saw 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘 having an upper hand on the unknown gamers, but we clearly can see this slow push can play against them. The third party is here, the team is fair, but the backup is coming from 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘. We see 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚 already coming for his team, giving a quick revive, but unfortunately 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘 already lost one of the player, is 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏, but we can see Rays from Hell rotating, they get spotted, what a drift, but it's a knocker for 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘 putting the plays on Rays from Hell. Rays from Hell already lost 2 players, but the DBS is doing the work. The S12K also doing the job here, and even the UZ from Thunder trying to make something out of it. The only player remaining from 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘. So Rays from Hell riding behind the trees, 1v1 situation, but 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘 winning this fight back to lobby. The team from Rays from Hell, 𝗦𝗧𝗘 was very, very lucky. They were the one getting a lot of pressure from Rays from Hell, but 𝗦𝗧𝗘 have survived this fight, but only 2 players remaining, and I believe the unknown gamers are quite happy about it, but they were getting focused earlier, but the attention was diverted from them, and they got the time maybe to reset, maybe changing their position. But 𝗦𝗧𝗘, I'm quite happy to see them still into the game, especially 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘, which is a very good player joining this squad this year.
Yes, and we also, there's only one player from the unknown gamers that was looting close to Rays eSports and 𝗦𝗘𝗚𝗘 near Close Hospital. And Rays, it was quite an action that we saw 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘 using a DBS and got the knock from the car. Wow, it was pretty impressive, this knockout. Generation X looting 𝗦𝗘𝗚𝗘 town. I mentioned this, it's called town. It was my drop location early on back in the day, and there are 2 squad looting there. When the team dropped, there was no team actually went to Yashnaya, and 𝗦𝗚𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘, they came from military base, and they're doing a long rotation, passing from Yashnaya to get to the zone.
Ooh, what a hot shift. We can see going even more onto the north of the map. There's no team into the center of the zone yet. We see one team which went to 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘, but there's quite a few teams in 𝗦𝗧𝗘𝗚𝗃 city right now. But the hill, that mountain of 𝗦𝗧𝗘𝗚𝗃 can be a strategic point to spot a lot of team, maybe a lot of fight for them. So it's, again, we can see it's quite a slow Erangel map compared to yesterday group. This group are playing well strategically, playing for the placement, playing for the strategic game, and not committing into these fights. So we're definitely gonna see different team maybe performing, showing their performance, and the kill feed. We see finally 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, the winner of the past game, getting into action. Already knocked one of the player of, I think, the DS squad, getting focused right now, but they are fighting back. So Trix getting surrounded right now. One player looking forward him is the backup here. Trix is alone for this fight. He needs to cover. Where are his teammates? He's trying to get some distance from this player, but because if they start to surround him, if 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 or Maya start surrounding him, it's gonna be hard for him. I believe Trix, the best thing to do is in this kind of situation is to get into one container and try to hide, like playing the rat game. He go into the action, he spot one of the player, he's trying to pick, and he even get a knock. Lexi, the first one to get knocked into the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 squad. So Trix playing it very well, very safe. A lot of need maybe to secure the elimination point before leaving forward, but the backup is coming in hot. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 backup is here, and now it's a return of a situation. Is the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 squad getting surrounded by the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 squad? Another knock being done by 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I believe the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 squad has only one player remaining, so well executed game. We've been seeing the revive. He got the revive.
He got the revive. Dog Squad got the revive, and I don't know if 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 knows the location of Dog Squad, but I see Slime going directly he's going directly onto them. I don't know if he's going to spot them into the water, but Slime is getting fired from insane bodies onto the mountain. He's falling back. He lost one wheel. Is he going to make it back to 𝗬𝗧𝗘𝗚𝗚, or is he going to get knocked out? Because he's getting pinpoint pressure from the DS squad also and from IB, insane bodies.
Oh, he managed to get into that.
And he got another buggy.
So definitely we saw the two best team from the previous game fighting, and I believe Dog Squad Somalia, we saw it very often, like this team taking way too much time to engage into a fight, giving the chance for this player to regroup, getting the backup back, because Trick was all alone for quite a while into these geo containers. And if Dark Soul has put the pressure, getting Trick first, maybe it's going to be a different situation. Will we be already controlling the zone and expecting, of course, the backup and taking the point out of there. I believe 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗏 is quite happy about it. They are most probably their only rival into this lobby. They already eliminated two of their players, so they look very confident and very dangerous into this game.
Yes, and Dog Squad also, I think they swim back to geo containers because they have no vehicles to be able to rotate to the zone when it's going to get close, as there's also insane bodies on the mountains keeping a look into the area of 𝗬𝗧𝗘𝗚𝗚, and there's also 7-9 that's not ready now to rotate to get more information into the zone. They are more thinking to actually sit into 𝗬𝗧𝗘𝗚𝗚 to get information inside the house, which is pretty decent, I must say too. Teams have different strategies. If it works for you, that's good for you. You need to keep trying, but there's always new things that must be tried into this game. And we see 𝗦𝗘𝗠𝗏𝗏𝗏 getting every transport into the I don't know how you can say this into this
it's a shelter,
into this
like
cave.
the tunnel shelter.
Yes, the cave of shelter. Sorry, the cave of shooting range.
Oh, shooting, yeah, exactly. Yeah, shelter is all the way outside of the play zone as well. Yeah, the cave of shooting range, and a lot of team. I want to see 𝗦𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 squad is not getting very lucky. We saw them earlier trying to swim, but they got spotted from the Southern Night team, the Madagascar team, spotting one of the player of the Dark squad. And 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗏 still into containers location right now, controlling the zone. They are quite and they finally sent the last team of the Dark squad Somalia team back to the lobby, unfortunately. So it's going quite well for 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏, and we're gonna see how it's gonna go. And here again, we've been seeing a lot of transfer.
We still need to get to the zone, and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, they're keeping an eye onto the teams that are in the area of the container and town. They must be actually sure if they still want to keep an eye if it's going to be necessary, as other team might be rotating next to them and they might get killed. Because when you're just focusing in front, you're not focusing on the back, that can happen. That other team which you're rotating, they get in front of you. And 7-9, they're rotating to the zone, and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 put some fire shot that was not, there was some connection, but not enough to get him knocked out. And 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 still holding the ridge. I can't seem to find his teammates nearby, or what a split they are doing into this match.
Still playing as a trio, unfortunately. I was expecting them to start like getting the numbers into this lobby. We are already on the second game. We saw a lot of team coming back with a full squad compared to the first game where there was a lot of team playing as a trio. So they need all the squad into this game. So a lot of rotation going on because the zone is continuously closing on the northern pond. So and eSports spot one of the player, and unfortunately 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 get sent back to the lobby. And 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 also shown us some good performance at the start of the game, but the rotation is not here. Only Thunders remaining from the team of 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Yes, it's going to be a pretty difficult situation for him as the angle that he just took. If other teams...
He's committing like he's like committing like this zone will close on the cliff of the northern part of Erangel and committing on this location. So hopefully it closes on him, or else he will need to get out of it.
Yes, they do have more elimination kill into the lobby. They have 7 kills, so they must only get the survival points, and I hope that 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 can get it for his team because he's been playing decent from the past match, and solo situation it might be a bit difficult, but it's not impossible. And 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is trying to get the best position, I must say, into the shooting range, but a good split might be more helpful into this situation. And there's more team also is going to be rotating next to them. There's here they're hearing gunshot. One player lost from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, from the team of TE, which is
Team Thunders.
Team Thunders. Yeah.
And the zone has closed all the way on the shooting range 7 for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, looking quite only.
Now, MO, you need to get the
transport.
Yes,
they need to get out, but the positioning is quite favorable. There's a lot of team behind them as well, so we need to be cautious about it. They need to fight, and on the kill feed we can see some of the players of 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 getting knocked out of the play zone because they need to rotate out. They took they committed on these geo containers. They decided to rotate very late, but yeah, no, they are on the northern part.
They went directly to the players of the lost players of ROG, and he got another kill. He has 8 elimination point for ROG eSports, and they're still rotating outside the zone.
They're looking for him. They know he went. He's around. They heard him maybe to the baggy.
If they have the information that it's only a solo, so it's only a solo, we can just try to push him, but. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 are playing smart. I don't think they're gonna try to just push the player from ROG because they don't have enough information where they can actually get into the zone, because they lost one player from the blue. It was Rocco, and Team Thunders, they have a nice they are holding this ridge and this compound together in a nice way. Even they are putting the pressure onto Generation X. And we see on the kill feed that 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is also getting the fight with SPE.
Yeah, a lot of fight going on for this 4th stage of this second game of Erangel. We already see a lot of team, but a lot of a team especially that we are not really seeing on the screen right now is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 eSports. So I want to see more from this team. So like you mentioned, Team Thunders in a very good position. We also saw we also see 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 also in a very good position. So this last zone with that much of a team, like on the 4th zone for this location, 11 team converging into this situation. There's gonna be a lot of fight and not a lot of cover.
It's gonna be stressful. It's gonna be stressful for the teams for this small map, because there's a lot of players and teams. 11 squads still remaining for the stage 5 is closing, and is it gonna be a hard shift for the teams? Yes, it was a hard shift, but it's close next to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 that they have the positioning of the zone, and we see Angry on the kill. We see Angry on the field. They have already got 1 point. Team 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 are putting some gunshot onto IAM eSports.
Oh, there's a chase. There's a chase. Angry chasing 2 team. There's 1 player from 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 unfortunately hates getting a knock, but more team are very conscious that the remaining team of 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is just on their left, because they are committing on the low ground and 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 are on the higher ground of the shooting range, so they can give a surprise to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which are on the lower ground. So they need to get this revenge back, but 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on the kill feed is doing the job, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 still into this fight as a sole survivor, dodging some nades, and in front of them is the UF team trying to spot Thunders, but the information is not here. We saw the nades going, being thrown here and there, but spotting Thunders into this tall glass gonna be very difficult. But Thunders, if he want to play for the placement points, he needs to be more like stealthy.
Yes, he's trying to find a good spot in the zone, but he's getting the shots from other team, and his vehicle is already smoking. So it might be difficult for him to get into the zone because we see 10 teams, and he's running after his vehicle. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but I just saw that he was running after his vehicle, and the 𝗦𝗧𝗏 already have a decent.
Maybe he used it as a cover. We saw that during the eSports World Cup, using the buggy, using the 𝗬𝗎𝗔𝗚𝗏 as a cover. But the fight has started here on the skill feed. We saw Angry 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘 taking some fight with 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏s, but fight here is going a lot of team committing into this zone, which is quite strategic, a very well placed zone for them. But 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 from the Madagascar team holding this zone right now, trying their best to get. They don't have a lot of elimination points, so it's time for them to look for this point. But the play zone, the blue zone, is coming for. It's coming for them. It's the stage 6, so it's a lot of damage, and they are now committing into this first aid. Will it be enough? But the knocker are starting, the play zone starting to be an issue for them. A lot of team coming around. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 entering this zone as well. I believe this 50 seconds that we're gonna see gonna be disastrous with a lot of team. We were 11 team earlier on the 4th zone, and we are already 5 team remaining, and only Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 is a full squad right now. Even 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏s are playing as a trio. We don't have Rufus in the squad, so 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 taking the buggy, looking for the information, but he need to be cautious because Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 is around. He gets spotted, and he get a knocker from 6 to 9. And Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, we know that they have the numbers right now. Only 4 team remaining. They need to play this aggressive. Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 had only 1 elimination points like 1 minute ago, and now they have been closing this game with 9 elimination points. And Trix, he wanted to take everything to the fight. He missed basically all of his S12K shots. Unfortunately, it's a back to lobby for the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 squad. So 3 team remaining.
Angry. Definitely must be a game
have
for
everything.
Angry, the adrenaline has already put on, and they're gonna lose 1 player from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the last survivor from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏. There's only 1 player from Team Thunders.
He can do it, but because it's a 2v1 situation, he can do it. Like, I don't think Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has the information, but the zone playing against, he gets spotted. Maybe he's gonna get crushed. 1 HP, and it's a back to lobby. It's a game for Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 finally showing their power into this second game of a wrangle.
And even Team Angry, they were not trying to fight in the first zone. They were trying to maintain the 4 player till the last zone, and that's what happened. That's what helped them, because 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, they were trying to put the pressure onto 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. When they did it, Angry heard that 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 got into the action, and 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 did not have the attention onto Angry. And Angry was fighting different squad at that time. I saw they were fighting 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and even Team Tenders. They were fighting 3 squad, but they had the position of their holding was good because everyone would be able to see their backs. So it was very nice gameplay from them.
Nice rotation from them, and a lot of points we saw. I was keeping an eye on Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 elimination points before engaging this fight. They had only 1 elimination points, and leaving this game with, I believe, more than 10 elimination points is quite a lot of points for them after a first game, which was not really a nice game for them. But they are coming back, but the pressure from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is still there. They are still into this top 3 of this game, if I'm not mistaken, and the consistency is being shown by 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Because we saw that Dog Squad also joined with 4 players, but they got sent back from 2 teams. We must say 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and there was also 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s included into this fight. unfortunately, we did not see any particular action from the Dog Squad. But from 𝗦𝗛𝗓𝗓, we did not see them in match Sandhog. They got only 3 points. I think it was not even kill, it was survival. But on the map of 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓, they showed who they are.
What an aim Africa we are witnessing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're joining us, it is the PUBG Mobile Aim Africa, brought to you, of course, by eSportsfaction. It's the day 6 of the tournament semi-finals, the Group B. Two map has already been played, 2 map left. We already see the first map won by 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓 and the second map won by, of course, 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. But I have a lot of expectation after coming from a nice group stage. So highlights on the screen. We saw the first, the most hectic fight that we saw was definitely between 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗚 and 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗓, where 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗚 came to third party 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗓, but 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗓 didn't let that go, but lost a lot of players, lost at least 2 players into this fight. We saw even Thunder, even a very well played 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗓.
He nearly lost 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗓 onto this fight, but thankfully Thunders pushed it on the right time to be able to put the raise, because he was 1 HP, and the fight was from the tug of gamers, the unknown gamers, and which there was only 1 player left onto the squad, and I don't know if they had enough kills for them that would be able to have them a nice place onto the leaderboard.
Yeah, he couldn't confirm 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 for sure, but yeah, it was a very nice, very nice. We also saw that fight from Dog Squad Somalia into 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 on the 𝗬𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 fight, where Trix was alone, but Dog Squad, like, they couldn't find him. Like, Trix was so sneaky.
But Trix also did not make any error for them to penalize the team, because 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, his squad was a bit far away from him to be able to come.
He's very good at hiding. Maybe his character is the same height as he is, because in real life also he's quite short.
Let me tell you something. You're not too
I'm
long
short
too.
as well,
You're not
I
too
know.
long too. So,
but yeah, but he did a very nice job, like hiding, waiting for his teammate to get to play for the cover, and that gave them a lot of opportunity for them to manage to reach the top 3. So let's see how it's gonna go. And on the screen we saw the last fight between from 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 coming in hot into this end game, like playing it very safe. They didn't lost a lot of teammates. They lost only 1 of their teammates into this, because we saw there was around 11 teams on the 4th zone, but the 5th and the 6th zone were definitely a lot of team going back to the lobby.
Winner chicken dinner. 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, the team we were telling that okay, we did not see a decent performance on Sandhog, but 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, that might say maybe Sandhog was not their match, but on 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, wow, they came with massive kill. They came with 14 elimination kill onto this match with a chicken dinner. It's 24 points. That's gonna be impressive onto the leaderboard. Coming MLK with 6 elimination points. It's the MVP for this match with 655 damage. But I'm saying something. There's only 1 knockout has been done and 6 elimination. Don't tell me LMK that you stole 5 kills, but you have a great eyes to be able to get 5 kills. That's very well played from, and there was not enough damage that was taken from him. It was 62 damage, and head-to-head 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, which was the only solo survivor from 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 and MLK, which MLK has 655 damage, and 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 pretty close of 500, but he was playing solo and still was putting the pressure onto 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓.
He got chased. He got even chased by 𝗦𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. Like we saw Thunders, like Rogue Thunders, trying to get a hold onto a cliff. Like, look, he wanted to bring his team for a good placement points. He wanted to play that game, but everything that he was trying, the zone was not playing into his advantage. He needed to move.
Favors.
Each time he was getting into the zone, there was player waiting for them, gatekeeping that zone. So, but he tried. He did very well to get this placement point along with the already formed elimination points for them.
Top 4 players, 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗘𝗏, free elimination kill with 660 damage. That's why he's the top 1 players of here. And we see MLK with
he has more damage than everyone, even the MVP.
Yep, he has more damage, and MLK 6 elimination, we have already seen him. And Angry Aspect with 2 elimination point, 2 knockout, 529 damage. It's free. It's most of the squad of Angry on the top 4 players.
Yeah,
it's only 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗘𝗏 onto the top 1 players coming from 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏. And even you were talking about the longest kill. It was 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏. On the 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, the longest kill was bigger than on 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. Just the thing that changed the throwables. It was 47 if I remember well.
More,
it's way more. So the teams has been using the smoke, the molotov, the grenade. That's what we must see onto this map. And there was 45 knockouts, 46 elimination, and 55 players. So there was like 9 players that got that died into the blue zone. Yup, top 4 teams, Angry got the chicken dinner, 14 kills, nearly 2,000 damage, 9 smoke was being used, 7 nades, and 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 also coming to the action for the second teams, 6 kill, 1,226 damage, 1 vehicle elimination, 3 smoke, 3 nade was being used from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏's Team Tenders. 6 kill, 924 damage. It was pretty decent performance from them too. And
it's the second time that we see 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 in the top 4 teams. So 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well showing some consistency. Even if the elimination points it's not there for them, but they are showing the consistency. They are maybe grinding this placement point, playing just like Vibes eSports played yesterday. So
you're right.
Vibes managed to qualify as the 4th team with just
consistency on survival.
3 points of difference. So
that's true.
So maybe 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is trying the same game, but 2 new team for sure in this top 4 is Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Team Thunders.
Yes, but I'm just gonna say it. Maybe now this playstyle is helping you, but into the next stage, onto the final, if you're qualifying, it's not gonna be helpful with those teams, because those teams of how you're playing, you're gonna get squashed. I'm just saying, you need to practice more to be able to understand the teams onto how they're playing. And Team Angry, 24 points, 14 elimination kills, and 10 placement points. Team Tenders, 12 points, coming second. He was playing very decent, because their team was holding a nice place into the zone, the ridge, and the compound too. And 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏,
yeah, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with only 6 elimination points are like at least confirm the 3rd place. But look at 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 eSports, 9 elimination points. The placement point is not definitely here, but 9 elimination points. Consistency is being shown from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 eSports, and that's a lot of points for them. And we saw 14 elimination points for Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, so it's a nice comeback for them. But can they keep the consistency, or is just one game that they shown? Because the first game, like, let's be honest, the first game of Sanhok, we didn't see Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 at all. They ended the first game with only with 3 points, I believe 3 elimination points or something like that. But this time, that's a lot of points secured for them. Can they keep on the consistency? And we also unfortunately saw Dark Squad Somalia taking an early fight against 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and losing this as well. So teams that we need to keep an eye for this game. We already saw Angry 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with that chicken dinner. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 showing some consistency. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 eSports showing that they are here, they want to fight. And of course 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well into this lobby. And the 3rd game has started, ladies and gentlemen, going all the way a plane path coming from the Milta Power to a pre-mosque. So quite same plane path we saw from Novo to hospital, like to a bit not hospital, but more western side. But this time is quite similar.
I
So
think this zone is gonna close into military base. I just have this feeling right now.
think so.
And Rays also 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗗𝗏. They did not see any teams dropping to Novo on the first match, but this match they are dropping to Novo. There was no team actually in Novo from the first match of 𝗦𝗏𝗛𝗏. Two teams close to Novo. 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗏 looting the container. Rays is looting next to the compound. And we are still seeing the same drop location from eSports. Only 𝗦𝗧𝗦𝗏𝗡 changed the drop location from military base and going towards shelter.
But will we see the same situation like we saw on the previous game, like a concentration of teams all the way into the 𝗬𝗏𝗚𝗏𝗏 area and the hospital area? But we can definitely see that this time they are quite more scattered. We didn't see a team into Milta, but this time we see 𝗦𝗧𝗦𝗏𝗡 claiming Milta. Even Primos, where we had no team, but this time we see quite a few teams around Primos and two teams into military base around now, especially around Novo. So Rays from Hell, they need to be cautious because 𝗦𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 are already into Novo right now, so we need to be cautious about that. New team going towards the northern part, and the zone is now closing more towards the northeast part. So 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, only one team right now is Generation X holding 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏. So definitely I believe we will less likely see early fights, maybe around Gatka. I see two teams, especially one of the team 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, hard rotation for them. They got the transport and they are going towards a zone, a place when they perform very well, which is the 𝗬𝗏𝗚𝗏𝗏 containers. So hopefully they are confident into that zone, so they are going towards them, like thinking like maybe it's a lucky place for them. So let's see how it's gonna go.
And we see already Rays is rotating. I don't know if they have the information that Aspect is just into the area of where they are rotating. And I think they're going to hear each other, but they will not try to engage to a fight right now because Rays also, we don't have enough loot. I think they just saw 𝗦𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 dropping to Novo and say, okay, we're not trying to fight on early fight. We are going to rotate onto the zone and have the 4-man people to be able to get the chicken dinner till the last zone. And it's a wise decision for them because Rays, they died 2 times. Even on Sanhok, they got killed from the unknown gamers.
But they do initiate. That's what I like from them. They do initiate the fight. Like they are not scared to commit for these elimination points. Like we mentioned earlier, elimination points are gonna really differentiate between those top 4 fighting for a place for the final.
𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and eSports, they have the same drop loot, how they do it in farm, and it's pretty similar how they loot. If they get into the same lobby, I don't know, they might have some drop location problem if they all want to go into the same drop. But because yesterday I saw Tempa looting the same area where 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is actually looting right now, and 2 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 map, they have been looting the same way.
So definitely we're going to see those South African teams, especially for the finals. As a reminder, let me share some dates with you. Today is the 7th of August, so we are playing the Group B. Tomorrow is going to be the Group C. And of course, next week on Tuesday, we're going to see the last group of the semifinals, which is on the 12th of October, the Group D. And the 2 final days going to be on Thursday and Friday, which is going to be the 14th and the 15th of August. But 2 days, please save this date because it's gonna be the 2 most awaited finals of the year for sure. The PUBG Mobile AIM Africa finals. Who's gonna be the one to get that direct invitational slot to the PMAC, which is actually playing, I believe this week we have the last weekend for the group stage.
No, next week
we have more.
Yeah,
so
you have 2 weeks left for the group stage, and the top 14 teams going to get qualified. One is going to get qualified from AIM Africa, where you're spectating right now, and one is going to get qualified from Kenya. So if your friends, you're new on the live of eSports Faction, don't forget to share to your other friends that don't know us. We still do other competition in the future, and if you have not yet subscribed, do subscribe. Stay tuned for other updates that will be coming up into the future.
Full pack. We have full pack of action. It's time for Africa. Like today, yesterday, we had African tournament. Today we have it. Tomorrow we're gonna have more African tournament. This weekend we are gonna have even more tournament from Africa. So it's the Africa year. It's the Africa month. We can say like August is quite a nice, like we have not been seeing that for the past few years, but we are very thankful to Tencent to PUBG Mobile for giving us this opportunity to show these talents, especially here in Mauritius. We have a lot of teams which are performing very well. Even in PMSC, there's a lot of Mauritian team into these top teams. So even if the latency is not that great, but we still showing that we are here and we want to play.
And thankfully, there is the final is going to be a LAN tournament. So every team's going to play maybe on the they're going to play into the device of the new device of 𝗦𝗘𝗚𝗏𝗏.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not teasing. I'm not doing a teaser. I'm just saying my opinion. And you're going to play on the same MS. So there won't be any latency onto the LAN stages. And I know many teams are looking for this opportunity to be able to meet other African friends.
Most probably they're going to play on the closest server, which is the Nigeria server that we saw last month getting released officially on the PUBG Mobile server, which is doing very great. So we are definitely thankful to the PUBG Mobile for bringing us this server. So to keep on, like I welcome teams to keep on playing on this server to increase, of course, the player count, and bring your friends, even if they don't play competitive, like bring your friends to start playing PUBG Mobile, because as you can see, there's a lot of opportunity for them to perform, to show their skill. And we've been seeing a lot of team here, 𝗦𝗘𝗘𝗏𝗏, like starting from scratch. There's a lot of team who just started and fights like drive-by is going on near 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 right now, where 7Knight, the team from Madagascar, getting one knock. So 𝗦𝗘𝗡.
Okay, 𝗦𝗘𝗡 got knocked from 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 from the unfolded eSports, and EC gonna get the revive. There must be smoke thrown to him to be able to get the revive. And are we gonna try to push this unfolded solo mascot onto 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 to be able to get the revive for 𝗦𝗘𝗡? Because into this position, it's not easy to be able to revive him. But they need to think of a decision, because 𝗦𝗘𝗡 is bleeding out. So is he gonna get the revive? I don't see any action coming from his teammates trying to make to get the revive. And Angry on action, we can see now on the screen. Everyone is trying to rotate to be able to get a decent position onto the zone. We also saw that 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was dropped onto Novo, but they went to loot 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 when the map just opened. So they are getting more loots now to be able to gear up and fight into the lost zone, because they are hoping to get into the lost zone now.
That was quick, bro. That rotation was very, very quick for them to get from Novo all the way to 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. So, like passing through. Did they take the boat, or
no? They had cars. They had cars.
So passing through 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, because I believe we saw 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 near 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏.
As you can see on the screen, they are looting in 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and Generation X was already looting in 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and unfortunately 7Knights lost one player, 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, from Unfolded eSports, and we see 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 also is doing the rotation to get into the zone.
Same, we are playing the same rotation. Like, it's good to see like teams like confident into their usual rotation techniques, and they definitely trying the same strategy like they did for the previous Erangel game, which worked for them for sure. So they want to commit into this, because 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 they are showing that they are here into this group B. I definitely, like, before the live, I was like checking which team, like before even the game start, I was saying with my colleagues that tonight is gonna be a game with mostly African teams like overperforming. But I'm quite happy to see like 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗦, Rogue Esports, and even a lot of team performing very, very, very well for this Group B. So we're definitely showing that we are here, like our presence in here. And earlier I was mentioning like which team was not present. We have Ghana, one team from Ghana, 77 Africa, which is not present, and of course Gladiator X Esports from Immersion team, which is not present unfortunately, but on the kill field, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏,
They were putting the eye onto outer space esports, and they still got okay. They push the squad definitely. Ooh. And they're gonna get a third party from DS, the Dirk squad from Somalia is joining the party too, and he already lost one player, MLK, the MVP of the last match of Irango, and they're still pushing. Aspect is cooking a nade, but he's getting pressure from another third party. I see 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗘𝗗𝗏 is also joining the chat. There's 4 teams into this area taking a fight together. Outer space, they're folding back into this compound of 3-story. They got another knock, and wow.
Oh, this is not playing too well for them. Unfortunately, that split from 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, they had MLK, which was on the higher ground, which got backstabbed from Dog Squad Somalia. But trying to push the SP squad, they are getting, unfortunately, knocked one by one. There's only 6 tonight, which is standing, and they need to get that revive really quick before getting pushed by the Dog Squad Somalia team. And Dog Squad, they are seizing the opportunity to steal those elimination points, which is working for them.
Just lost one player when when trying to look for an angle onto this compound. They lost one player from the unknown gamers who was rotating too. There's like 5 teams into this area. We were saying that we were not seeing action onto the Group B, but we are seeing some action now on stage 2, which is great. And the two of the 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and the Dog Squad, the 2 top teams onto this lobby, they are fighting each other. And outer space is already sent back to the lobby, and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 are still into the area. Dog Squad are still rotating, trying to find some more kills. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 still need to play with a trio.
I think 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 can feel very relieved right now. Finally, like they initiated the fight with outer space, and they wanted those eliminated. They were confident. We saw them pushing forward, but their strategy, we saw it earlier into the Sanho game. They play as a trio, and one of them, which is always split with his team, but it was very unfortunate to lose one of their player. And yeah, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has to continue this third game as in trio. And again, we saw Dog Squad Somalia team joining this lobby as a trio and still performing very, very, very well. But they have only 2 players.
Yes, they lost one player. They lost one player from the unknown gamers when they were trying to get into the fight of 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Yes, that's the thing. When you're trying to focus only forward, you're not focusing backwards. That's what happened. You're going to get third party. And you're trying to third party a fight, but you're not trying to see if somebody's going to third party you. That's what happened onto the unknown gamers getting got 1 kill from the Dog Squad, which they got 4 squad into the second game, but third game, they're still a trio. I don't know what's really the issue onto this now, but we can see like 4 teams into 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Where is that zone gonna close, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏? Mansion. We saw that yesterday. Yeah. I think it was the third game as well. Mansion was full of action. Yes. Which team's gonna seize the occasion? Like, there's no team yet into Mansion, like holding those compound, which can be very favorable for them.
IB's trying to fight 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 because they're still doing a split on an angle. Are they gonna fight? Oh yes, he got 1 knock. Aspect is knocked onto the kill feed, got sent back to the lobby, and 2 men standing for 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on even they are playing with 3 players.
That's what we want to see.
Yep.
Like putting that pressure, putting the jobs done, even as a trio, getting on these angry guys. And unfortunately, Angry is starting to losing even more numbers. We had to continue this last few zone only as and duo, which is going to be hard.
Fight started on Yashnaya too, because we mentioned that 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗏, he looted, he dropped on rotation that they got into a fight. Halfway we were fighting to Yashnaya, because those two teams was close by into Yashnaya, and now they're putting the fight.
They were starting maybe to rotate, that was mentioned, at the same time, and during the rotation they got a little bit of issues, and 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 from here right now trying to get a hole into this position. We see also Generation X at the far
managed to
end,
get 1 knock.
but 𝗦𝗧𝗏 from hell managed to get the knock, and might get a revive on 𝗦𝗘𝗠𝗜. They need that. We see 𝗦𝗏boy acting as a cover, like forcing Generation X to stay into that smoke. We see 𝗦𝗘𝗠𝗔 falling back from the Generation X, so they definitely don't want to take this fight, because 𝗦𝗧𝗏 from hell, even if they are in an open field, they seem very aggressive. They want to stay as a trio. They already unfortunately lost a mascot, which is a very good player. But 𝗦𝗧𝗏 from hell, they've been trying to take fights on fights. That's what I want to see. But they've been very unfortunate on the rotation, and even on the last zone. Hopefully, we see them into this last zone.
Yes, and we don't see any team has yet taken Mansion. As we can see, Team Tenders is coming close by to Mansion, but we don't see any team now has taken Mansion. And there's another team next to Team Tenders, is the Generation X that just took a fight with 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏. But 𝗦𝗧𝗏 lost 1 player. He got 2 knockouts, but fortunately he was able to revive his 1 player, and Generation X is back again with 4 men standing. And Mario is also doing their rotation to get to the zone. They might be the teams that can take Mansion, because there's no team on Mansion, and we can see 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗏𝗏 onto the high ground onto this compound. They're gonna get the information on most of the surrounding, because it's a nice high ground to be able to get more information for further. And Team Tenders also got the notice onto seven Knights that's coming into the same compound that they were before coming into that compound. And 7 Knights is already 2 men standing, because early on they lost 1 player. Now they are playing as a duo. Ooh, the zone has closed very close to Team Tenders. Still no team in Mansion. Might be a team that's gonna take Mansion, but I think Mega, if we can get an opening onto this map, we're gonna see if this zone is gonna be open. Onto the open.
I think it's gonna be on the open field next to Mansion. It's gonna be very interesting. Only 1 team holding Mansion right now is 𝗦𝗚𝗏𝗏, but this situation can start getting very hot, beating all these teams. 12. Once again, we see a lot of team on this 4th zone. So definitely on the 5th zone, we're going to see even less more. So the fight's going to be here. 𝗦𝗏𝗏 starting the action hot and spicy for sure. We see 𝗦𝗏 trying to cover, but Team Thunders fighting for their location. They don't want any team to get in close to them. They're definitely not into the zone right now. We need to advance even forward.
Yeah.
𝗏𝗏
Rogos is joining the party. We can see.
Good, coming around.
He's in the overcraft.
He's Rock Esports is coming to the middle and getting focused by both Team Thunders right now, and even 𝗦𝗏𝗏. Not a wise decision for them to rotate in the middle of this carnage, and they keep on going forward. Wise decision for them, but they lose. They definitely lose 1. They had to leave 1 teammate behind, and 𝗦𝗏𝗏 are quite happy about it to get these points, and even Team Thunders getting a few points, but we got 1 knock right now because the team are starting to rotating. They are starting to converge into this safe zone, because it's going to close in less than 2 seconds. We will have only 1 minute for them to get into that zone, and game zone 5 of course will be causing a lot of damage. We saw that into the last game, but a lot of team has been penalized staying way too long into that blue zone, so we need to get into this location.
𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏, as mentioned earlier on, they were trying to get to they're already in mansion, and they're putting
on the roof. They are everywhere. They're holding the maximum, but 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏 managed to get a place into that mansion as well.
Wow, and then what an entrance coming from Generation. And he got one knock, and
they got welcomed by 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏, like, bro,
they're gonna get welcomed by different teams now. They're gonna get a welcome by Team Tenders holding the ridge, by Gamerise, by 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏, and even Rug onto the squad house. There's 4 teams into this location right now, and I think Team Hypers has more advantage onto this because Team Gamerise also would be easiest for them to rotate, and Team Tenders, they must see if they will be able to get into the next zone, because the next zone is more favorable for Hypers.
I think it's gonna be very hard for a lot of teams, especially for Gamerise, to get inside this mentioned zone. It's being controlled. Like, look at 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏. They are all holding a different compound into that mention. There's only Generation X holding the worst compound into this location.
As we saw yesterday.
It can be an advantageous for 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏, but they are quite extremely spread for this last game. I believe they should be maybe controlling.
And 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏 is making the right decision to actually push this solo,
kicking them out. Like, you are into my mansion, go out, sir.
Both are cooking a nade, the Generation X and 𝗦𝗧𝗏. Who is gonna connect first? And he's getting the cover from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, and he's a pretty low, and he's got sent back to the lobby from 𝗦𝗏𝗏, and we see Dog Squad in front of them into the compound, which can be a bit difficult for them. But if they're in a zone, they must not hurry to push the squad, because it's also Gamerise who will be trying to get a decent position into the zone. Rock Esports also is not in the zone. There's a lot of teams not in the zone, and the zone is holding 10 teams. Stage 5, 10 teams, 35 players alive. Wow.
Like I was telling you, it's gonna be very hard for Gamerise to get a spot into that zone. They have they don't have a lot of time to get into the zone as well. So wise decision for Gamerise, not trying to get from the eastern part of the mansion. We decided to rotate all the way to the open field, and they are literally in the middle of the zone right now, as we can see on the minimap on the far right, top right. So basically they are committing the lost tricks on the way, but no time for them to pick some more people. They need to use the vehicle as cover, and of course smoke, but taking that decision to go into the middle that early, the guard definitely gonna get focused by a lot of team, but action's gonna be starting. Dog Squad getting some people coming forward. Is Team Thunder's Raging Thunder on the Dog Squad Somalia team. There's only 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is alone, but Team Thunders need to deal with a lot of team around. They want these points as well. Is 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 gonna do something out of it? Mulling the stairs is a wide decision, but if he play well, he needs to be cautious, like how to seize that occasion to get a few points. But nades are being sent. He need to jump, but where are the remaining teams? He's very low. I don't believe he can make it. But he's still alive, using the smoke and the vehicle as cover. He's not getting focus from the team which are being outside. And now 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏 asking, okay, you are fighting next to us, why are we not invited? So coming to these fights, 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏 getting knocks on the Team Thunder's team. But DS are sadly sent back to the lobby. Only 8 team remaining, and 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏 is now controlling this compound.
Surprised by
but
Toxic.
surprise, Toxic is still here, sending one of the player, sending even more. Iconic, it's a clutch, I believe, by Toxic. Team Thunders sending 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏 back to the lobby.
Yes, and Toxic was just proning into position, and Horus got knocked by Raze from Hell from another location, and Raze is coming to Toxic's location because the zone is closing, stage 6 is closing, and there's still 7 teams alive, 18 players remaining. The Raze from Hell saw some players from IB, Insane Buddies. He's going back Walker. Is it gonna be enough for him to get into the zone?
He's on the edge of the zone, bro. I'm quite surprised to see 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗗𝗏 in the middle of the zone and using the maximum of utilities. And Race from Hell again got like, he needs to take a decision. Either he takes some few kills or getting sent back to the lobby with 0 kills. But now 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏's situation is becoming very, very hard for them. They have no cover, using smoke, using vehicle, using only one small rock and a few vehicle as cover. They will definitely get a lot of focus if they don't start putting some pressure on the team around. Only 4 teams remaining. They are as in duo right now. There's a lot of duo. Only a trio team from IM team. And 3 team remaining, a trio team and 2 duo team. Rock is also into this fight, and 𝗦𝗏, a nice knock from them, but they are playing it safe. Thunder and 𝗦𝗏 trying to get a hold on the IM team. Which team gonna get that chicken dinner? Because one of the team into the IM teams got a knock.
The 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏, he's like silent into his position.
They don't want to. They don't want to join.
They don't want to get involved just right now because they need to make those 2 teams of Rogue and IM eSports fight and just wait for the nice opportunity then get into the fight, because IM eSports was just holding with the trio and now it's a Geo and it's 3 Geo. 2 versus 2 versus 2.
Oh my god.
Who's gonna win?
It's gonna be very interesting.
Match of Iran.
A lot of prone for sure. But 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏, we see into the grass. They are the serpent here into that Erangel map. So now what we can say about 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 can be the one to see this occasion, but we need to be cautious of Rogue eSports because IM is also fighting back their situation. And so back to lobby from the IM team. 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 has 2v1 and it's a 1v1 situation between both teams. Rogue eSports or 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 Rufus versus Thunder. We saw Thunder earlier play very, very, very well. What they will do, will they commit into some revive or try a 1v1 situation? We see some nades being sent, like 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 are definitely sending some nice nades. Thunder being very low. What happened here? It's a sent back to lobby from 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏. Rogue eSports winning this game with I believe a well-thrown nade.
A well-thrown nade. I did not imagine that this nade is going to get connected and send 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 back to
He
lobby.
saw that nade coming from 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏. He calculated that nade path and sent it right straight onto the head of Rufus. What a nice play from Thunder. What a 1v1 situation. Like we saw, it started as a 3v3v3 situation, became a 2v2v2 until the end, a 1v1 situation. What an end game. Like 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 committed into that last zone, that open field with nothing but utilities as smoke and vehicle as cover and only one rock. But Rogue eSports, what a game for them.
They managed to get this chicken dinner because on the first game of Erangel, we saw them get the elimination point. They had 9 kills and only 1 placement point. So now they did have the chicken dinner. I did not have the opportunity to see how much kill they had in total. But if Rogue eSports also had the overcraft for them to be able to use in the last zone, that's a big advantage. But thankfully the players know that's why it got destroyed before getting from the last zone. That's the focus that the players are putting, because this overcraft is that's going to be a lot of danger for the other teams. But
definitely one player that has shown us that he needs to be we need to keep an eye on him. Thunder from Rogue eSports.
He's been playing solo on the previous match of Erangel, and now he was solo even, but what a nade. I was not expecting this nade's gonna bring him the chicken dinner.
Yeah, he took a time. Like 𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 was the first one to send the nades. Like I was hoping like both of them wipe each other, but Rogue eSports, like Thunder, took the time to throw the nade. I hope we got into the highlights. Let's see some highlights from this third game. We saw the early first few fights between a lot of teams. We saw 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well as SP team trying to, the Unknown Gamers team trying to fight. A lot of players was being lost by the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 team.
Yes.
But really, that that was what a different game again we saw for this third game of tonight.
Yes, and Team Tenders, they keep getting into the loss, like some of the loss zone, but they are not getting as a full team from the loss zone, because they would be able to get into the position, into a better position than MOU, because they were here before them, but MOU, they scouted it better than the Team Tenders. That's why they got the position of Mansion, and they also make a good decision of pushing the solo on this compound, and actually they got clutched by the last player from TE, the Team Thunders. It was Toxic, and it was a nice clutch from him from the shotgun. And also Raze finished Toxic and got sent back to the lobby by Insane Bodies. That we did not see them from the last zone, but now we did have the opportunity to see I Am Esports and also Insane Body on the top 5 teams, because 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗧, he's been consistency from the first match of Sunhawk and the previous match of Erangel, and even this match he was very consistent. So I think he's gonna be pretty above into the leaderboard, because even Angry and Dog Squad had not been able to put that much consistency as 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗧 is putting.
Yeah, definitely 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗧 has been fine-tuning that squad. Like as I was mentioning earlier, it's a team that just got renamed, just got a new sponsor, which is the 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗧 sponsor, and we've been fine-tuning that roster and been playing very, like, I believe this is the dream team they were waiting for, and this is a team that we totally need to be considering to be one a very good team going forward for the final. But of course it's not done yet. We can see here the fight between Dog Squad and of course Team Thunders managed to hold to defend their position, and just after that we saw we're gonna see of course MOU Hypers getting into the action, and we definitely want to see again this clutch from Toxic. He was proning into that smoke, into that room. He was definitely not expecting that. There was still one player here lurking into this house. And of course, MOU Hypers had to focus on resetting that fight. And Toxic was still here, spotting Haze first, going towards Maniac, sending Maniac a knock. And that well-played shot, I don't know where it came from, but eliminating 3 players from MOU Hypers like that, that's a very well played. Maybe possibly the second best maybe clutch from this AIM Africa tournament. We saw one yesterday, and we saw this is the one which we're gonna highlight for tonight. And of course this end game 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Yes, now we were seeing that Tenders was trying to cook a nade, but he was thinking it was a smoke. He was trying to smoke his teammate, and into this action he was thinking he was throwing a smoke, but it was a nade. And that nade, the second nade that he cooked and throw on it, it was perfectly cooked and perfectly placed.
So the path. He saw the path. That's why sometimes throwing the nade lost. Like it's poker game.
Yeah,
either you get this send it correctly, or you use the path as an information. Like, okay, I'm gonna send it here, and it's like straight onto the target, and it's a well-placed nade for them. So winner chicken dinner is the Rogue Sport. What a squad we can see. So Rogue Sport as well being keeping the name, but has completely changed the roster. If we compare Rogue Sport from the Rogue Sport of 2022 and 23 and last year and the year before, it's a different squad. We can see Thunders bringing the action, and also 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, like 2 players that they added into the squad, like bringing it getting into the level back again, because we saw Rogue Sport like really dropping into performance the last few tournaments. But after this game, I'm confident that we definitely gonna see Rogue Sport on a different level.
On the top 4,
the top 4. Maybe on the top 4. Let's see.
There's still the last match of Miramar. Maybe it's gonna be, but Rogue Sport, they do have experience into the Miramar, because even yesterday, 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗗𝗏 when he played, like he got the last chicken dinner onto the Miramar, but it was not enough point to be able to get on the top 4. MVP 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏, 4 kills, 250 damage, 2 knockouts. So Team Tenders, he been putting the actions since the previous match of 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡.
Yeah.
And second match of 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡 too, he made it for his team to be able to get.
He was head to head with the MVP.
Oh,
the last game.
The last game, yep.
And this time he got the MVP, like he was looking for it. I want to be the MVP, and he shown it once again. Like you mentioned, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗘𝗏, once again being the one who be clutching for his team, being the last one, surviving. And I don't think they were expecting to get that chicken dinner. Like coming into that zone, we saw a 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗡 when rotating. They lost a few players, passing through a lot of team which was fighting.
Yeah.
And I definitely confirm that maybe 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗡 won't advance into the last zone. But I was very surprised to see them into this last zone. Very confident. Even
the previous match of 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡, they got more kills than this match. They did not get enough kill.
That toxic man.
Yes, we already saw him on the clutch of wiping the 𝗦𝗚𝗀𝗏𝗏 back to the lobby. But I need to mention that the team 𝗦𝗀𝗀𝗏𝗏 had more kills now into this match of 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡 than 𝗦𝗏𝗡 and the previous match of 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡 that had. But it was a decent performance, still coming on from Hypers. But Toxic, what a gameplay that came from you, clutching it for your teams to be able to get more points. But is it going to be necessary? The top 4 players for tonight on second match 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, we keep seeing them onto the top 4 players, and we see 2 players from the Team Tenders. It's Liquid and Toxic, and we see 1 player from the Dark squad from Somalia. I think they still got into the trio, but if Miramar they still get into trio, I just hope they can get 4 players. It's gonna be way better for them into the match of Miramar, because Miramar is a very big map, which is gonna be necessary. Highest longest kill is 286. I can't understand how 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has the most longest kill when it's the shortest map.
Yeah.
And 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s, it's this amount of 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was way better than the previous match of 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡 with 167 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s, because we saw that the zone was already in the open. So we were expecting the smoke and other utilities would be being used, and that's what happened. And top 4 teams.
That's what I was waiting for. I was thinking like all this smoke should have been thrown by 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Look at the amount of smoke.
Oh yeah.
17. That's why they committed into that open field. They knew they had a lot of smoke. They had to use them one by one to try to hold the maximum possible, like to hold that position, because they were getting focused. They were losing players, being in the middle of the zone with no cover, only vehicles and only 1 rock. But the utility was definitely being well used for them. 17 smoke from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. That's insane.
Yes, and Insane Buddy is also 3 kills. It was pretty good to see them from the last zone, because the previous match we did not see them getting into the top 5, and even eSports, it was nice performance. 6 kills with 1014 damage from them. 10 smoke was being used, and now we have the match ranking Mega 4, the second match of Miramar, the 3rd match for today. How well?
Very spread. The points are definitely very spread this time between each team. We see only 6 elimination points for 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, with a total of 16 points, and even 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, like new double-digit number for this team. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with only 7 elimination points for a total of 15 total points. eSports is starting to building up. We did not really saw them on the last 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡 map as the first game as well. They only got placement bomb, but they are starting to grind for this point, which is very interesting. The consistency are here for them. Team Thunders 8 elimination points, the placement point honored here, but with this 8 the only team with the most elimination points for this third game with 9 points in total. And of course, unfortunately, Outer Space Esports getting pushed by 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏 and with a lot of third party around with 0 elimination points so far. But we can see where is Dog Squad Somalia with only 2 elimination points, like you were mentioning, 𝗦𝗏𝗏. That's the last game, that's the Miramar game. And after Dog Squad Somalia gave us the show for the first game of Sandhog, then
yes,
still
we were expecting more.
Yeah,
we were expecting more from them coming from Dog Squad, because in the first match you keep us speechless about your action that you just did into the match Sandhog.
and the match Miramar has already started, and we are hot. We already have already been dropping hot into this last game. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us right now, it's the last game of the semi-final Group B, the day 6 of the PUBG Mobile Aim Africa, brought to you by 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗏, of course with the partnership of the 𝗦𝗏𝗏 Media Group. And we also see some few first blood from Team Thunders on 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗘𝗗𝗏𝗏s.
And yes, we see 2 teams from Unfolded Esports and Generation X dropping in Picado. Now we see Team Tenders getting the kill secured from 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s. 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s, are they playing with a trio this time?
They are unfortunately playing on the duo. Dog Squad as well as a duo. Will it be enough for them? We want to see some more action from the Dog Squad Somalia team, please. Like, it's the last game. A lot of team needs to bring a lot of action for this last game. I'm talking about Rock Sport, Team Thunders, Dog Squad. So we need even 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 fighting for a slot for this final. But Team Thunders now getting a surprising push by 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and it's a confirmed kill, 𝗏𝗏, which is very low right now. I don't believe that he has a first aid. He did use a first aid and pushing forward, spotting 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which finally
it was close.
Managed to clutch.
It was close for 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s to be able to get this. But if we see on the leaderboard, Team Tenders are actually 4th position, so they needed those points to still stay into the position, because there's still 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and the Dog Squad from from Somalia are still competing to be able to get into the top 4. And Team Fenders, they just reached the top 4 from the last game of Erangel, so they are sitting into a pretty decent position, but they still need to get the elimination and even the survival. But now they will be playing with a Geo. Will it be enough for them to be able to play the match of Miramar?
We see a lot of knock on the Unfolded Esports team. 2 knock, 1 got revived. I wonder what happened over there. So yeah, you were mentioning about Team Thunders that need this point, but as a duo right now, we need to play this Miramar game really safe. I hope they manage to hold their position, because there's a lot of team but still they want to fight for it. I'm talking about 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is which kept on bringing some good consistency. If we're talking about placement points, they got these points. 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is starting to building up some even more points, and we still have this. We can say it's always a surprise for a Dog Squad. Like, we don't know what we'll be expecting from them. Every game is different. We get into some different situation. They play very differently every game. So I'm hoping to see some even more surprise from the Dog Squad Somalia team and Team Thunders as well. They already got 3 points, but as a duo, I hope they manage to hold this 4th position. This game gonna be decisive for all this team. I believe maybe Gamer Rise most probably, if we don't know, but most probably can stay into this top 4. But who's gonna be the 3 remaining team?
See, Dog Squad is actually into the area where Team Tenders are, and they got a bit of a fire shot onto them, and the Dog Squad, I think, are pushing onto the position where Team Tender is actually going, and is he gonna get a knock?
Ooh!
He got a knock while driving. What? I
Will
don't
they
know how
commit? Will Team Thunders commit into this NVD?
I think they're gonna commit because they just got one knock, and they're gonna confirm.
Ana is very low, and he get a knock from Pubg. We saw Pubg earlier playing very well onto the first game, bringing the points, bringing the elimination points. It's not a man to fight a 1v1 quiz. He needs to take a decision, and Team Malia also around, and it's a back-to lobby, unfortunately, for Team Thunders. Dog Squad Somalia still into the action.
Yep. It was very sad to see Team Tenders got sent away like this because
they saw the lag. They were greedy. Like,
yeah, they were, because they got a knock and they were like, okay, we need this, we need one more point, we need more point, we need more point.
Yeah.
But they could be able to go also not fighting, but they came back, and when they came back,
they saw that one knock, which was like, I believe they should, since they knocked that one player from Dog Squad into the open field, they should have only confirmed the kill and run away.
Yeah,
but they wanted to take the fight, thinking like, okay, we have an upper hand, we already have a knock one of the players, so they definitely wanted to take even more points. They know they are into the 4th position, so they need to secure even more points. But mistake happens, unfortunately.
Now we got into another scene of fight that's happening. Team Unfolded Esports and Generation X, which I can see Generation X are with 3 players and Unfolded Esports is pushing with 4 players. There's only Shotgun that's going to speak into here now, and the Molotov has been thrown that's going to send away Wanted onto the stairs, but Wanted is just waiting for the Molotov to actually go out and be able to get into the same position that he was. Ooh. He thought that Wanted just went away back, and the fight numeric is going to be 3 versus 3 into 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗘.
That's very dangerous to push a guy with a shotgun on these stairs, and we can definitely see them most probably falling back, or they do want to take the fight. All of them do have shotgun. We see Dams with the M4, like M249 trying to do a shot. Maybe Assist with that nade can create surprise, but there's another nade from Wanted as well. Trading of nades, but none of them has connected. What a game we are seeing. But one of the player of Unfolded Esports has all on the lower edge. Maybe Generation X can consider to surprisingly do a push in this situation. Because we see XYZ not full health, maybe no boost for them. This nade can be flattered, but surprising by Wanted once again. Like putting the pressure with the shotgun, and there's only one player left in Unfolded Esports, Wanted with the shotgun.
It's a disaster for Folded Esports as they were trying to push 4 men standing against 3 men, but Wanted was more competitive onto the shotgun scene as he got 2 knocks and sent back 2 players of Unfolded Esports, and only Assist is remaining.
He's the cowboy here into this Miramar game. Wanted in, he definitely fits his environment and definitely wants more. He wants that lost kill. Maybe looking forward, we need to check every level to know where Assist might be, but Assist wide decision for him, standing still, not revealing any footstep, any location. So we need to check every room because we definitely know we didn't hear Assist leaving the place, like doing the footstep outside. So we definitely need to check every room one by one, staying of course together.
They're just preferring. He's preferring the shots. And
maybe to scare him to move, to reveal that location.
Let me just remind you that that's how Toxic also got the clutch. He got 2 knockouts.
Firing.
Yes, because he was actually camping to a direction that they did not know the position of Toxic. And Assist too, he's not revealing his position, but can he able to clutch this scene from a Generation? Can he take the revenge for his squad?
this was gonna be very surprising to see assist like against Wanted being very good with that shotgun right now. So
And Generation actually is losing the patience for actually finding the guy, because the zone also it will be closing in 30 seconds, and they are not very far away from the zone, only 190 meters. But I think they don't have vehicles yet, so they will need to look for vehicles. Now we can see a different fight from 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 and 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 on 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏. And there's one knock, and iconic is trying to put the pressure to not get the revive, and they finally find the final player of assist got sent to the lobby, and unfortunately Unfolded Esports, he was playing with 4 players, but they could not actually get 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 contested from Generation X, because Generation X even he tried to take the most aggressive drop plays. If we see in Sunhawk, he did try to take bootcamp,
yeah.
and in Miramar he did try to take 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, but in Sunhawk he got squashed by another team, Dark Esport. But now in 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏 he did contested his drop location, and Team Angry is just in front of them moving to the zone. So Team Generation X need to find the vehicles now to move up onto the zone. And we see many teams onto the surrounding of 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and actually Team Hypers are making just a small split onto the mountain.
We definitely, everyone is keeping an eye on 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s. What's gonna be their strategy? We all know, and the team as well knows, but they need those elimination points. They might not be going towards a chicken dinner, but they need points. They know they are on the edge to qualify for the top 4. So they need to do even more action out of it. So they are trying to get the information, how many teams are around them. They are playing it also safe, but will it be enough? And in front of them, another team which is also fighting for a place for this top 4, 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So if they both take a fight, it's definitely going to be one of them getting that top 4.
Yes, it's like happened from Team Tenders and Team Dark Squad, because Dark Squad is in 5th position and Team Tenders in 4th position. So when eliminating Team Tenders, Dark Squad actually knows that he's going to be in the 4th position right now, but he still has the competitors, rival teams, that's 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Team Hypers, as you just mentioned. But they need, what a hard shift. I was not expecting this hard shift for this map of Miramar, but what we can say, this is eSport room. We need to expect those kind of hard shifts happening every time. And the fight is starting against Team Angry and Generation X. When Generation X, I think there were 3 players onto this vehicle, is getting squashed down by Team Angry, because they have different location and aspect. 1 knock, 2 players alive from Team Generation. Is it gonna be enough, or they're just gonna be sent back to the lobby? Because the position of Team Angry is actually insane. The smoke's about to go off. 1 smoke, 𝗦𝗘𝗠𝗜's gonna be seen onto the scene, and he's gonna be spotted. 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is going to send back to the lobby. Generation,
unfortunately, he don't know where to look. Like he's getting shot from 2 different sides. Unfortunately, like you mentioned, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Generation X getting spotted on their rotation, losing their vehicles from
yes, because
from an ambush from Angry X squad.
Because Team Angry put them into a circle that, okay, wherever I'm looking, I'm just looking at you. Your 4 players, or like, it just got me into a circle that I can't go anywhere. That just happened to Team Generation X.
That's a good strategy.
That's a good, very good strategy.
And teams need to learn from it. When they know they have the upper hand on a team, they surround it. Like they don't take time to look for occasion for a knock. They start to surround the team to confirm, to finish that fight the earliest possible ever, because you don't know where you can get third party during this kind of situation.
Yes, and you know, when this zone just closed for stage 3, and I don't think I can't just say that much, because a hard shift is always gonna happen again. But I don't know if the next zone is still gonna be in 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. if it's not going to be in Lost Leon, a lot of teams that are in Lost Leon right now will try to get out and Lost Leon and move. So in rotation, I think they're going to fight because they won't.
Oh, 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗗𝗏 spotting Horus. I'm not sure if Horus has spotting 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗏 back. Oh, each of them had maybe did a wave. Hello there. But hopefully these two teams are well. I want to see some even more action from 𝗦𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗏, a team that is bringing up consistency since the first game. They didn't get any elimination points for the first game, but they've been grinding a few placement points to be at least into this ranking.
I think 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗏𝗏 spotted Horus that came close to him.
Oh, yep.
And they're trying to push Horus onto this onto the compound that Horus just entered.
Oh,
and
yes.
Horus got the first knock onto 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗏𝗏𝗏. It's a great opportunity for 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏s because it's their rivalry team that is above them to be able to qualify it on the top 4. And he got one knock. I did not see the finish yet. I saw 2 players was close by. Is he gonna get the kill, and his team is gonna come close to him to be able to take a team fight together? But we see Dog Squad is actually putting their vehicle into.
The fight is still continuing, but this time, unfortunately, Horus and Iconic even more got a knock. 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗏𝗏𝗏 maybe sealing the deal, but I believe they will get a quick revive. I am eSports.
Their teammate is too back. They won't be able to come close and actually get the revive or try to take the revenge of what just happened. But it's a great opportunity for Team Hypers to actually get 2 mission kills. Now they need to focus on how to get to the zone because it's 450 meters to get into the zone. And every players that are in Lost Leon needs to move on to a different location, and they don't have actually information of where there can be teams on the reach and onto other different location. We see Rogue Sport have different strategies that they're going outside the zone to be able to pass because the damage on stage 4 is not that much.
But they are getting focused. But you were saying they took the wise decision not to pass through Lost Leon, but there might be a lot of team waiting for this team to get out of Lost Leon. Like they've been sharing fights here and there into Lost Leon. So wise decision from Rogue Esports as well, fighting to keep their place into this ranking. 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, spotting one player from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. You better not angry this guy. We've been seeing this team fighting with their rivals. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 fighting with 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And we saw DS fighting, winning their fight against Thunders, and I am with 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So this team are fighting between each other to keep their place into their ranking. It's gonna be very interesting. I want to see a full. But unfortunately, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is as a trio. I wanted to see a 4v4. 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 versus 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to know who's gonna be the best in this Group B lobby.
That would be very great if they had a fight of 4v4. But we can see that 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 need to get in the zone. And as we can see, as Team Angry of how are they holding the zone, they're not going to get any team from behind. So they will know that their position is going to be safe. Whereas when we compare to where the 𝗏𝗏 team, which the name is the Unknown Gamers of holding, it's going to be a lot of teams. But one player from 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 got knocked out, but he can get revived. It's going to be a bit difficult, but Trix is going to go on the mission to be able to get his teammate revived, and he is going to get the revive because there's a ridge that's going to support not getting gunshot from other teams.
That's very great. On the map, we saw a team that is in the middle of the zone right now, which is quite safe, we can say. It's Southern Night MG, so the Madagascar team, but we need not to forget. They also has a lot to do if they want to get into this top 4. They do have a chance if they got at least double-digit number and a chicken dinner. So I hope this Madagascar team can give us the surprise. But once again, we see Race from Hell getting into some difficulties during a rotation, like spotting 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗘𝗏 in front of them, but getting gatekeep, unfortunately, by 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗘𝗏. But back to the Dark Souls Somalia squad. You have triggered the gamer rise a little bit.
They needed that because 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗡 is still into a different position. I don't think they will be able to still get into the next zone, but 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗡 is still holding with 4 kills, and Dog Squad, they lost 1 player and they need to get into the top 4. We see 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗡 is holding the 5th position. There's 3 team fighting to be able to get into the top 4, and 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗡s need to get to the zone, and there's 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗡𝗏 eSports in front of them that might stop them to be to go to the zone. But
it's definitely sure that 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗡s has surpassed Team Thunders into that 4th place, but there's still Dog Squad into this lobby. eSports also around fighting for a place. So these teams need to be considered, but they are both teams as a duo team compared to 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗡s, which is as a full squad. But here, Gamerise still putting some pressure on Dog Squad Somalia, and even putting knocks on 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗡s all the way to the other side.
But 𝗧𝗏𝗡s is gonna put the revive, but the zone is closing, and it's closing pretty fast. I don't think the revive is gonna be an option to happen, because the damage is gonna be very, very, very strong this time, because it's stage 5. You won't be able to get the revive. You must get into the zone because it's a pretty heavy damage that's gonna happen to the teams. As we can see, it's getting knocked from the zone. It's getting pinpoint pressure from the unknown gamers that's holding a good position. They are not yet into the zone, but while they are moving, they're still stopping the team that's coming from behind to get in front of them. And Team 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 eSports are still fighting a way to be able to get in the zone. They have a nice position, and they're trying to put the pressure onto 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s. Does 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s know that Team 𝗦𝗏𝗏 is in front of them? 𝗦𝗏 is cooking a nade. Is this nade gonna get connected? And there's another team also taking a fight. The unknown gamers fighting the 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 eSports, the rival of 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏s and Dog Squad. They must get eliminated for them to be able to get into the top 4.
Oh, that's crazy on the kill field. It's going crazy, Skydo. We see 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Gamerise, 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s fighting between each other. And 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, their position like they are right now, it's quite hard. They are getting focused from team which is on the very far side, but the wise decision from Nova.
Another squad to make the 7 Knights.
I mentioned them. They are in the middle of the zone. We can steal a lot of elimination points, and the chicken dinner can get them into
that. It can change that. The chicken dinner will definitely change that, but they got 1 knock, and they're still Team Angry with 4 men standing, not in the zone, and I think they're gonna push close to 7 Knights, which are currently the only squad into the zone. Is it gonna be a direct crush onto them? Now we can see 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s and the unknown gamers still fighting onto the way, and he's gonna push him. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 versus 𝗬𝗏𝗏, head connected, but Euro is more low. But the zone is gonna close. It's gonna be damage.
The 6th zone, of course, gonna do a lot of damage. And Angry 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 also getting into this fight, being the one who's gonna control and to beat this northern part of the zone, baby. But Nade is here, 629 doing the entry, but 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has is knocked right now, got a revive finally. So Angry 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has the opportunity to push Gamerise, which are all clustered together into that little zone. But a well-placed node from 629, knocking Rocco, and now Trix being way too low to give the cover. Gamerise need to be very cautious into this fight. We need to reset, but they are very lucky to have 7 KT around the Madagascar team, like putting the attention on them. So 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗧 need to decide which team they need to go first on the right side there, or the Madagascar team, and also on the left side the 𝗦𝗚𝗏𝗧 team, which finally got a reset, but another nade from Aspect this time on Rufus. Another knock. Will 𝗦𝗦 step forward? We see Aspect. So shotgun into the hand going forward, and another knock unfortunately on 𝗦𝗚𝗏𝗧, this time on Roko. So Trix alone standing for his team. Will they be able to reset, because the zone is also closing up on them? They need to advance forward. Only Trix standing. Vortex from the 7KT team, but 𝗦𝗦 this time got a knocker from DS. Dog Squad Pubg, where is him? He's around, yeah. He is on the other side, the southern part of this fight, and also 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗏 as a duo. You have a lot of duo into this team. No team as a full squad. A nade from Nova on Casino, and sent 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗧 back to the lobby. And even 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏 only one survivor, Nova, into this fight. A lot of solo 1v1v1 situations, 𝗦𝗚𝗚.
Wow, and Dog Squad, are they gonna? I think they already got qualified onto the top 4 teams, because MOU got sent back to the lobby early on with no nades.
Wow.
What a nade got sent by 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏, and this 𝗦𝗏𝗏 versus Nova on 1v1 situation. I don't think that 𝗦𝗏𝗏 knows the location of Nova, and Nova. He knows that there was another guy that was trying to come onto this position, but everyone in the compound is dead, because he heard the nade. He heard where it was sent onto the compound, but 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 doesn't have any smoke to be able to play with, even nades. And Nova, we can see, has 2 smoke to be able to play with, no nades, and he's boosting up, whereas 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 doesn't have one more boost to get boost up into the scene. He's trying to stun, he's trying to blind Nova onto the scene. Nova did not go blind. He's trying to push the open. Nova sold him.
Oh my god.
Nova got the chicken dinner. That's a nice play. That's the second chicken dinner for Rogue.
Oh yeah, that's just second chicken dinner. The first team to get a back chicken dinner into this PUBG AIM Africa tournament. And yeah, it's a definitely a back-to-back. The last game was the England girl map. The third game we got a chicken dinner. Once again, a nice chicken dinner. Like Rogue Esports, they know when to come into this party, because the fight was already started between 3 different teams. 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 was pressuring a lot 𝗦𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. There was also the Madagascar team 7𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which was around like saving, we can say, a little bit 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to stay a little bit more. Then we start seeing the Dog Squad Somalia team coming into action, and also Rogue Esports, and they came into this fight as a trio, and they started losing 2 of their players when they started to engage 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but definitely was a well-placed fight for them, and a nice 1v1 fight, but Nova managed to win.
It was, and Rogue Esports was holding the shack in front of the compound and actually using some cover, and they were not putting so much attention onto the Rogue Esports squad, because there was a lot of squad in front of 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and even 7𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and the only 2 teams that was not getting much attention was Rogue Esports and Dog Squad. One was from the east and one from the west, trying to push the same direction where was the fight getting located on the compound. But we saw a lot of nades getting sent from 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, getting knocked, game arise, getting the pressure, and from the left, Dog Squad getting engaged into this fight, getting more kills. But I think it has been enough points for Dog Squad to be. You think?
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's all gonna depend on how many points 𝗦𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 managed to save. Even MOU_Hypers, which was all around the place as well. We got a few points too. That's why I'm sweating, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Like I'm very concerned about those team. It's been a very hot Miramar lost game, so definitely we don't know yet who's gonna get qualified. If even 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is gonna stay on the top, or or Angry 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗦 gonna take this first place. It's definitely gonna be the first time. Maybe we're gonna see Mauritian
everyone
team at the
is
first
waiting
place.
as we are. We're just waiting for the final leaderboard to be seen. But before that, we are still gonna see some stats and highlights from the match of 𝗦𝗏𝗡 that's already been seen. The fight of 𝗦𝗏𝗡𝗏 that was taken from the fight of 𝗦𝗏𝗡𝗏. Now we can see the highlights of Angry and Team Generation X when Generation X was rotating from 𝗦𝗏𝗡𝗏 and got into a circle from Team Angry, was just playing with them onto this rotation. I think Angry already knew that a team was coming into this direction. That's why their position was like that. But it was easy kill for them without actually putting much effort into this fight.
Yeah, true. So I want to see some stats. I want to see some points, because once again, the third game we noticed something. It was like it's a lobby, but there's no dominating team like we saw yesterday. Like we didn't see team like DK or Temper like putting the pressure, putting the more points. It's been very split. The points being very split between each other. So basically, we can see teams that have like. There was no opportunity to get these points, so I believe it's gonna be very close. We might see some tiebreaker for the 4th place as well. We never know, so stay with us, guys, ladies and gentlemen. For those who are just joining us, it's the PUBG Mobile Aim Africa, the Group B, the 6th day of this event. It's gonna be crazy 2 days, Kaido, and I believe we're gonna have even more action coming on soon. And yeah, we saw this. It was during the early stage of the 𝗦𝗏𝗡𝗏 game between Team Thunder try to seal the deal versus IB and managed to save some points, but unfortunately had to we can say like they went a little bit greedy. Not gonna lie, when they saw they got a knock on the dog squad Somalia team, they want to be greedy because they know they wanted the point. Like definitely maybe it was a right decision for them. They knew they needed the points. They knew as a duo getting into the loss zone, looking for a chicken dinner might sound impossible. That's why they wanted those early points, but it didn't went right for them, unfortunately, and maybe that has cost them a place into the final. But we saw a lot of fight going on. We saw also a lot of team rivals fighting between each other. Even here, we saw Angry 𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏, like definitely they don't know who to fight. In front of them, what was the Madagascar team, the 7 Knights.
This scene was a pretty impressive because Angry was knew that there was a squad in front of them, 7 Knights, but they throw a nade more further where 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 got knocked. So they were fighting like 2 teams from the nades.
𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 got a lot of nade knock basically at the same location. Like
this was a nade. What's a nade?
Well on point. Like it was. They knew he was gonna mostly get out because the zone was also closing, and that nice 1v1 fight on the end, but Nova managed to secure a nice chicken dinner once again for his team. So will 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 take the 2nd place? Because before this 3rd game we saw them building up the numbers, getting the points. Even on the scoreboard we saw them on the 3rd position. So let's see how it's gonna go. I really want to see some stats maybe that we are missing.
Yes, for the match of 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Yeah,
because we saw some pretty nice stats, and every time we keep seeing 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 onto the MVP list, and also we saw Tenders a lot onto the MVP list, and now we're just waiting, as you are audience also waiting for the stats of 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the last match for Group B, and tomorrow is gonna be for Group C as yesterday. And I think Group C, if you have not seen yet the team that's playing tomorrow, go see it because it's some pretty wow team.
Okay, let's see some stats, Kaido. I really want to see both sports. I want to see who in this 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is bringing in the numbers. Once again, we see Nova. I've been saying, like, we saw Thunders carrying the first 2 games. We see 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 being the one who saved, who committed into a lot of fights. and now we see Nova bringing in the numbers. So basically, yeah, I'm again putting some importance on the squad, which is building up into performance, being a very good Rock eSports lineup, but we didn't see for quite a while. And the MVP aspect from 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, I believe it was crazy nades on Gamerise, I guess.
It was because they were loaded with nades when they got into the loss zone. They saved the nade to fight to the loss zone, and head to head is 5 kill versus 5. Aspect and Nova. Aspect got 200 damage more than Nova, but Nova also, he managed to get the chicken dinner, because the way he got the chicken dinner by not peeking too much for Dog Squad to be able to get the hit onto Nova was well played, because you're not playing on good MS. Every team is playing on latency that's happening on 200 MS. So a well played fight from Nova.
So basically, Aspect, those nades were definitely the one who sealed, unfortunately, the deal for like Gamerise. We maybe for the first time we don't see any player from Gamerise in the top 4 players. So 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was the one to really sending them straight back to the lobby. I don't think Gamerise managed to get even some points, some elimination points. We've been seeing them like trying to hide their place, but Pubg, I'm telling you, that guy, when he came, he was the one to knock 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 one by one out of nowhere. So we've been seeing this this rivalry between both teams, but finally 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 with some nice stats. We're talking about the longest,
the longest kill. But 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 too on the second match, I mean the third match of today of Erangel, was most of using the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but the most amount of airdrop has been looted has been free onto the 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 match. So it has been more up numbers onto the airdrop looted, and there's 51 players join and 42 elimination, 52 knockout, and 42 only eliminated. So there was quite of teams that got killed by the zone, as the zone was getting pretty damaged. When you're a stage 5 zone, you can't only put bandages and still.
It was the situation about Los Leon, like they need to get out, like they could not really cross the late rotation from a lot of teams, were really penalized. Finally, we see some stats from Gamerise, only 1 elimination points from them 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, so definitely not a game for them. Also, we saw them joining this last game as in trio compared to the remaining game where they were a full squad. But we should give some shout out to Dog Squad Somalia for joining all the games as in trio and keeping on with the consistency. It clearly showed, like you mentioned earlier, they are playing like this as in trio. As a full squad, how are they gonna be?
Yes, I think they're going to be aggressive. And the last match ranking, Rock eSports second chicken dinner, 17 points. Dog Squad, is this point is going to be necessary, needed for the top 4 qualification, because there was Team Tenders on the top 4 position. They got only 3 points, and 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 12 points. And Team Hypers, 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, 5 elimination points in total. Gamerise, even they did not play decent in this match about the elimination point, they still have a lot of points that they got, even if they come first position or second position, because 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 got 12 elimination point in this match. But into the overall ranking, will it be enough for Gamerise to still stay in the first position?
True. So like I was saying earlier, 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, this is quite stressing for a lot of teams. Look at the points. The points are quite split between a lot of teams. I'm talking about 13 points for Dog Squad Somalia, 12 points for 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Even we can say the best game for Southern Night, the Madagascar team, with 6 points, 1 elimination point so far, but a drop into performance of Gamerise eSports this time with only 1 elimination point, just the placement point giving them 5 points, and quite a similar stats with 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I Am eSports, unfortunately, were the one getting very bullied by a lot of teams. They were working towards the top 4. Hopefully this 4 point can keep up the pace, because we need to consider we see Team Thunders dropping their 4th place back to the 9th and the 8th position. So the overall ranking, which is getting ready, getting prepared as we speak, it's gonna be very interesting. So we can't wait who's gonna qualify for this Group B. I hope we are not getting some bad surprise. So overall ranking, here it comes. Gamerise Esports standing strong at the first place with 50 points compared with 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘, 2 points of difference, and 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗔𝗚 along with 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗔𝗚. And 4th place is Team Thunders, which is still around with 25 elimination points, along with IM Esports at the 6th position with 23 points, and 𝗦𝗚𝗦𝗧𝗏 23 points. I was hoping more points for 𝗦𝗚𝗦𝗧𝗏 this time, this game, but unfortunately, like, they started very well for the Miramar map, but it was not enough. And Dog Squad Somalia, we need to give them a shout out. Like, they fought until the end. I believe this 3rd position gave them the numbers, and of course Team Thunders losing that early fight was quite penalizing for them. Maybe as in duo they could have managed to get even more points. So the Madagascar team, 7 Knight MG at the 8th position with 18 elimination points. They were a team which was struggling for the first 3 games, but the last game was a bit better for them. The Unknown Gamers at World was fighting a lot, and a team that I'm quite sad to see, a team that was giving us some action all the way from the first game, Rise from Hell. We saw them into a lot of early fights. They wanted to fight, they wanted to play the aggressive game, but turns against them a lot of time, losing a lot of players, losing their squad at the very start of a lot of matches. So they are at the 15th position, but I give them a shout out for bringing the show into this Group B.
Yes, indeed, because Race from Hell was fighting since the first drop location from even Sandhawk and other maps. So it was a pretty decent performance, still came from them, even they did not got qualified. So congratulations for every team that still participated, because the experience also is going to help you to get a better understanding in the future on the other competition, because there will be more competition.
There will be more for sure. More for sure. But what a game, what a Group B of the semi-final of the PUBG Mobile Aim Africa that we witnessed. The first team to get a back-to-back chicken dinner, Rock Esports, showing that it's their group, it's their time to shine. After a long time, we see Rock Esports performing back well. I'm talking about 2023, even 2024. We didn't really see Rock Esports performing. We were seeing the prime time of Rock Esports. The old roster was in 2023, but that new lineup has shown a very good and great performance. We also saw a different Gamerise Esports out of nowhere. A team that I was calling as a wild card for quite a while was really showing a different performance, standing strong as the first place, and of course 𝗦𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 Esports in the second place. The reminder of the chicken dinner. So the first game was won by Gamerise, then 𝗦𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏 Smoke trigger the anger and won the second game, and then a 2 back-to-back chicken dinner for Rock Esports for the Erangel map and the last game of the Miramar map. So that was definitely everything for us for tonight. We have a loss for this week, of course. We have a lost Group C game coming in hot tomorrow at the same time, and of course for this weekend we have even more action on the official PUBG mobile channel for the PUBG Mobile Africa Cup. So a lot of action. It's time for Africa, like we used to say, but for us it's time to say goodbye, and we give a thank you, of course, for the viewers who are here with us for tonight, and we give you, of course, we welcome you again for tomorrow for even more action on eSportsfaction. Have a nice day.
Good night.